jack it up. Здравствуйте, друзья! Начинается второй день соревнований. DreamHack, Мальма, СК против Норс. У вас на экранах молодые бразильские ребята, которые приехали снова покорять Олимп. Ну и совсем скоро нам покажут Норс. Для вас сегодня работает студия Рухаб, в частности Арсений Сеня Треноженко и Алексей Малецкий. Здорово, Леш.
Доброе утро, друзья, добрый день. Я надеюсь, что вы все в предвкушении шикарных матчапов. Ну, пары у нас просто сегодня на заглядение. Посмотри, как зевает. Вот это вот такой вот момент, о котором я думал, что сейчас будет, знаешь, вот команда, которая лучше провела свое утро, вот она и будет лучше играть. И то, что зевает Fallen, в принципе, не очень хорошо, потому что я вижу здесь команду СК фаворитами.
Я недавно, точнее, моя мама вычитала где-то теорию по поводу зевания, что зевать на самом деле неплохо.
FNX as an anchor and Cold Zero then coming through with the clutches and stuff.
Still one.
For the Intel Grand Slam, Alex.
Absolutely, that would be their second of the two events, of course, picking one up over in Cologne. And on the other side of things, you have the Danes, a new roster, a new face. You can see Valda, who has really climbed through the ranks. It wasn't that long ago we saw him on the stage, kind of bursting onto the scene, people asking who he was over at DreamHack Opens, and now he finds himself on the DreamHack Masters stage. That is the transition you know you've made. You've found some success if you start going from the Opens to the Masters. But yeah, this is the Danish roster now. It's been through quite some turbulent times, really, however, if you think about it. I mean, these faces haven't always been wearing North shirts. KJB, the first to talk about.
Yeah, no, they've kind of been all around. And that's kind of, I guess, a common theme with Danish players and the Danish scene in general. They swap around happily. A bit of wife swapping going on pretty much for a lot of them. AZ's been around. Same thing with Cajun too. But again, it kind of creates familiarity within the very, very top elite players of the country. So even when you have roster changes, you oftentimes don't see that much of a lull from the teams who are recently created. And I think that's going to be a similar case for Northers as well. You're not going to feel that much of a hamper from actually bringing in a new player. They're still going to know each other's styles. They know how the players kind of work together into it. And that's why you see so often that Danish Counter-Strike is always relevant in that sense at the very top end.
We had any reports in that MSL's changed his sensitivity at this event, boys? Or?
I love that. That was so much fun.
I think he's sticking with
that's
the tried and true.
DreamHack Masters special.
Yeah.
He saves it for those events.
That's why I'm curious, you know, because we're at the Masters again. I don't know if he's actually brought that little curveball out again to help his team across the line.
Can you quickly outline for the unmeme initiated? Because it's quite an interesting
So
story.
DreamHack Las Vegas, MSL probably had the tournament of his career, and he attributed that to lowering his sensitivity.
By quite an extreme margin, we're talking from 3-1 equivalent. It was insane.
Something nuts.
I also want to know if AZ went to the same middle school as Freiburg, because it seems like no matter what, he just stays on the team.
Jeez. He hasn't been there for as long as old Freiburg, though.
Yeah, no.
This veto can actually be interesting. Right? So,
yay!
So let's get so
why did North not veto train?
That's a good question. North lost Cache to SK at Cologne, right? So that's probably why they're getting rid of that. That Cobble pick is no surprise. It's always been a little specialty of Dignitas/North now that they've got old boy. Not that they've got old boy. Ever since they've had MSL on the team.
Yeah.
And SK pick train is the instant punish, which is what Yanko was alluding to, right? That's not really a map that North are known for. So hopefully that's something that they've worked on during the player break, which would seem unlikely because they're all on holidays.
But even then, though, if you think about North's history with Cash, it's not like that's ever been a strong point either. They tried playing it versus SK in Cologne, I want to say.
Yep.
That didn't pan out too well. And MSL has always been a big opponent, really, of playing Cash. He doesn't like how the map plays. He doesn't see it as as strategical map as the other ones in the map pool. So he wants to shy away from it. So I think this is more or less North thinking to themselves like, well, one of the two maps is going to go through either way. Doesn't really matter what we end up playing in that sense. Like, yeah, that's probably the gimme for SK in any sense, but you know, we just have to focus on winning 2-1 instead of 2-0.
For me, this choice from North is very interesting because I think they went for train simply because SK cannot prepare for them on train. I don't think SK even expected it, and you know, sometimes it's very difficult to play against a team, even though they're not that good on the mat, if you have no idea what they're going to do. But it's also interesting Because I believe if they vetoed Train, SK would not pick Cash. I think they would have probably still went with Mirage. It's their favorite map to play, and North is also, you know, it's one of their more played maps. So in that scenario, they get Cobble and Mirage, which is, I think, way better for them than Cobble and Train, because if it goes to a third map, I also favor SK on Inferno over North. So it has to be a lot of stock put on that Train pick. I think they're looking for a surprise win over there, even though they are, you know, probably a favorite on Cobble.
So kind of, yes, North take Cobble, but where does that second win come from is going to be perhaps.
I mean, that's
But
their,
I think if your options
that's their thought process. Yes, we take Cobble. I don't think Cobble is a guarantee for them.
No, I don't think so either.
We saw what Immortals could do on Cobble. I'm sure the SK boys have got something up their sleeves as well. I mean, surely, you know, when you look at the rest of the veto, surely. North, one of their best bets would have been Cobble, outside of Nuke.
Oh, I think so. I agree with Yenko that I wouldn't have banned Cash. I probably would have just left her in there. And then, you know, I'd prepped on that because losing a 16-10, it was in a best of one. You know, there's a chance to turn that around the other way. I know it's still not a fantastic map for North, but it's something which, when I've watched them online, at least it looks like they've had a lot of potential at that map. So maybe something they could have worked on and gotten better at, but now it kind of sways me more in the SK direction.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to try and push you now. How firmly are you in the SK direction? Do you have some reasons as to why you're going to...
I have 3 reasons, and I know which camera it is today.
Okay, let's
go.
So
the first reason is SK were completely unharmed during the, the roster shuffle. So that's a positive for them. You know, they're versing a team who has a new player. That means coming into my second reason, the depth isn't going to be there for the map pool for North, which is just what we were talking about. SK have all of that. They have all the protocols, they have all the moves, they have everything. They have this tenured roster in their back pocket, and they can pull out anything they need to on any map that's going to be played. And that's taking it into the third and final point, is the depth of stars. We talk about Config, we talk about Valde. That duo, if they don't show up, North are in the bin. You flip that over to the SK side, you've got Phelps, Fallen, you've got the likes of Fur, and then the best player in the world, Cold Zero, and Taco to round it all out as one of the best support players. So SK got them covered on all bases.
Okay, well, you convinced me. Okay, 2 down for SK, then I'll let the other side of the desk juke this one out. Gentlemen, of course, coveted trophy.
Can I just have a little caveat for today?
Yeah, what's up?
Can we do map, like 2 0s, 2 1s?
Would that help with your predictions?
So, yes, well, and what we'll do is, well, if you get the team right, but the map's wrong, so you get the team right, you get 1 point. You get the maps right, you get 2 points.
Oh, that's so keen.
Yeah, you like that?
All right. Okay.
I think this is Chad's wife actually catching up from yesterday.
Yeah, I'm
comeback
behind.
Yeah, exactly. A big fan of those.
I'm 1 point behind. Everyone else is on 3. I'm only on 2.
Okay, and bearing in mind there were 6 games yesterday,
and
so really, truly, you can play along at home. Welcome, join us. Start on 2, and let's see how you do at the end of the day. Tweet us your answers at DHMasters, or tweet us individually if you really want to rub it in our face.
Don't worry, Chad. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish.
Well, we all know predictions are super important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a reason why we have a trophy.
The most coveted trophy in all of esports.
Made by Chad Birch. I just want to make sure everyone is aware. If you weren't with us yesterday, I got loads of tweets when I tweeted the picture saying, what on earth is that? Chad made this. Chad has made this trophy.
It's the Frankenstein of esports.
But it's also, it's because we need something to work for. These predictions need to have something on the line, and I can't think of anything better. Guys, 2 for SK. Other side of the desk, what are you saying? Yenko, you know, go for the North Lions?
I'm going 2-1 SK. I'll give Cobble to North. Fallen was yawning a little bit.
Oh,
you know, you hate to see that. Yeah. So maybe SK a bit slow to get into this game, potentially, but I think they are going to clean up the last 2 maps.
Giving North some credit where it's due.
Yeah, no, I'll lean towards 2-0 actually
for SK.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex, were you 2-0? Were you 2-1?
I'm going to join the 2-1 camp.
The 2-1 category, putting Alex.
Valda's going to drop 47 frags.
Just missing one
on all 3 maps.
Wait, so this means I'm in the same boat as you?
What do you mean? Yeah, you're in the same boat as me.
That worries me.
We can talk about this off air. We've got to go do our jobs.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, so it does seem like the desk thinks SK are taking this one. North, however, I'll have some faith in Cobble from the panel. We'll see what our casters are thinking, whether we get to see a full 3. All I know is that this map pool and these teams should promise to be quite the exciting affair. Henry G and Sadicus, gentlemen, it's the big dogs.
Happy birthday, darling.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Is it your birthday?
It is, yeah.
Oh, what are you, 20 years old now?
No, 18 today.
Ah, okay, cool. Legal in some countries.
In some, many.
Neat.
You've got good knowledge of all those.
Why is that talking about alcohol, Henry? What do you think I'm talking about? Dear Lord, someone get this guy off the broadcast.
Now, Matt,
can't work with this guy.
Matt, I know you absolutely do love the Brazilians, so I want to know whether you think you're going to go with SK here.
Yeah, I am. I'm not even going to make that interesting. Yes, I am.
I think Cobelstone is definitely up for debate. I think North are very, very well versed in that map. I think potentially their best. What we've seen in Pro League so far with them on that map, I think it looks great. I think Valde's a nice addition. I actually think he's more beneficial than Major's Boy. So I do think they can take Cobelstone. But I do think SK take the series.
All right, we'll love you and leave you. Do your thing, boys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Matt, I have to say, I'm believing in North.
18 spankings.
18 spankings. Is that what we're doing later?
Yeah.
All right, well, I look forward to that. It's going to be fun. But
But you are. Yes, sorry, carry on.
I do think North can take this first map, but overall SK Gaming will win the series. I think they're right. With what I saw the cameras as well, SK guys looked a bit tired, kind of not really pumped up as they usually are. It's 10 in the morning here, so...
Yeah, they did look a little bit tired, I have to say. And of course, if you want to get into the whole jet lag aspect. For this, by the way, I'm not normally a person that gets jet lag. This event's been like one of the ones that's wrecked me. I've been destroyed by it. It's finally happened. But no, I agree. I was, cold this morning, looked absolutely asleep. Phelps didn't look much better off. I'm not going to call that an excuse, but maybe you're right. They are looking a little sleepy. They're still pros. They're still veterans. They're still going to know what to do when they get in the server.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I do agree, however, that just strictly by maps, yeah, if North has a chance, Cobblestone's always been very good to them.
It'll be indicative of how the series is going to go. If they lose Cobblestone, I'm going to say that's it. It will be the 2-0 for SK Gaming here. I don't see them bouncing back from that. But we never know. It's going to be the first game of the day. Always a little bit exciting. And yeah, obviously the new addition of North as well. I'm not sure you've had the chance to watch him. Obviously, you haven't been in Pro League, but he has looked really, really good. Like, obviously, Majors Boy is a very skilled player, but he was a bit erratic for me. Like, he was sometimes amazing, sometimes dropped because he was a little bit too aggressive, perhaps. But Valda, on the other hand, he's just a solid rock of the team. Like, he'll hold his positions and find frags were required, can go aggressive, and it seems like it's a really, really good fit for them. So I'm excited to see how deep they can go in this tournament. Winner, of course, goes to the playoffs. The loser is not out, but still a lot on the line here. If you get towards the playoffs this early on, that's going to be quite nice for them. Are you enjoying the GSL format now it's back?
Yeah, I always did. I think that obviously the one issue with it is the best of ones, but I think groups are very good because it allows for better seeding that's consistent throughout. I will say, great group for SK. You've got Cloud9 with a player change in there, you've got North with a player change, and you've got the little booties that have come over and with very little experience. So, fantastic group to be in. I think that ultimately, Cloud9 I would have expected perhaps to be besting North, but again, for them, not a bad spot to find themselves in. It could have been a much harder group in this event.
Yeah, well, we'll see what North can do here. It's actually looking quite promising. I'm actually kind of quietly hopeful for them. I've been a bit of a fan for a while. I love the way they play the T side, especially on Cobblestone. So that's why I'm kind of interested to see what they bring to the table here today. Obviously, the first event with Valda, but he's an experienced player from Heroic, of course, and I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine. Looks like the guys are getting ready on the server right now. I can see the ready-ups coming through. We have had the knife, so I don't have to make that mistake again. It will be a CT start for North here. SK on the T side, which in recent times has become more of a balanced affair. Cobblestone, but still, I would say, a T-sided map generally.
Generally, I would say.
Yeah, well, we're getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. The first best of 3 of the day. We've got 4 to come.
I was going to say, we say generally. I think it's very team dependent, however, because yesterday we also saw in the Immortals Fnatic game, both teams were CT-sided, and we still see that quite a bit. Of all the maps that are sided, I will say this is the most depending on what team is playing it at the time. It seems like you can still get a rather CT-sided game quite commonly.
We'll see how it pans out. SK with 4 sets of armor here. Fallen with the smoke and flashbangs. He's got a decoy in there as well for good measure. Throws that straight away. Not a single kit or piece of utility for the Danish side. 5 sets of armor for them. And we're heading towards B for now, at least. Some slight aggression coming from AZ. He pushes towards long A, trying to get a bit of information here. Actually pushes out all the way. As Cajun B, he goes aggressive towards the upper platform.
All the way indeed. All the way around to get Phelps, spotting up Fallen on the way through. Can't get the shot though because Fur and Cole had made it in from the drop room. And behind the flower pot, the tree bed, the alleyway, they were able to get kills. Taco able to get Valda back, however. They've configs pulled this around with Valda because he got Fur immediately beforehand. Taco's fallen afterwards, so Colt suddenly finds himself in a 1 versus 2 from Rock. Bomb down toward long, spots up 1. AZ is going to cover off the position where the bomb is, but he's got to go searching for config, and he knows he's like to be back toward drop in some capacity, but not exactly sure where. Time is in his favor, at least with a minute to work with.
Config seems very aware. Drop down could be a possibility. Finds the final headshot there through the pillar. Takes down Coldzera. It was quite a simple B approach there from SK Gaming. North coming out on top there. 1-0 in their favor with no bomb planted either. So SK will be on the force buy here in the second round. Only Coldzera going all in at the moment. Will be joined by Phelps. Oh, there's quite a light investment. Okay, there's the armor towards the end. Fallen will be
Mr. Utility.
Mr. Utility, right.
Go Gadget.
Smoke, flashbangs. Molotov there as well. Surrounded by the armor and upgraded pistols of his teammates. Bomb
can that be a term for the utility man from now? Can we just call that person Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, I kind of like that. It's not bad.
Why did we not think of that sooner?
Yeah.
Go Gadget Smoke Nade.
We'll see what they can do here. Heading towards the A-bomb site. Trying to get some base control here. Obviously deploy a bit of that utility. Probably smoke towards the end of long A. Push the CDs back, flash through. Then maybe smoke connector and try and go all in on the bomb site itself. They are quite quickly moving towards the end of long A here. Will be Fur and Phelps at the front. Control of danger as well. Flashbang coming through from CTs.
So compare this to yesterday when Immortals were playing on this map on the CT side, having won the pistol. They went 5 SMGs. You mentioned M4 FAMAS, lots of ground to cover. They're playing that, and as a result, they can play deeper inside of the sites. They
feliz com isso, né? Que coisa.
Não, sensacional, mas foi a mesma coisa aí, não foi? Você,
Foi.
como tava complicado, mudou pro jogo, deu sorte, então vamos ficar pro jogo mesmo, Vidão.
Olha, parece que a stream oficial também morreu, né? Não foi só o clean feed deles que acabou morrendo, então eles apausaram a partida para corrigir os problemas de lá, né? Olha lá. Por favor, aguardem, nós estamos passando por problemas técnicos aqui, então vamos tentar solucionar o problema. O pessoal da DreamHack Masters lá vai tentar solucionar, né? Um campeonato sensacional, a DreamHack em Malmo, eu lembro que a última edição foi bastante elogiada pelos jogadores, em termos de organização e tudo mais. Eu tive a oportunidade de estar lá presente naquela ocasião, né? Foi logo depois do Major que a Luminosity Gaming ganhou em Columbus, e foi um desastre, né, para os times brasileiros. Eles perderam na fase de grupos, os 2 times foram eliminados, e eu fiquei lá sozinho, narrando, igual um idiota, 12 horas por dia, só, sem comentarista, numa sala de imprensa lá preso. Mas foi muito legal o campeonato. Só para responder o pessoal, né? Tem um bait que é muito chato, Guizão, que as pessoas para sempre, né? E dessa vez o Vispra conseguiu ainda se defender, garantiu ali o status de Legend, né? Para jogar no próximo Major já está classificado. Mas para os outros campeonatos, né? Tirando o Major, foi esse campeonato e o mais um anterior, derrota na fase de grupos direto. Que é péssimo, né, pro Brasil.
E também, só retificando aqui que eu recebi a mensagem, Vidão, no seu post lá da Stream On, você acabou falando que Immortals joga às 11 horas. Então, se você está assistindo aí, Immortals joga às 14 horas. Claro que a gente sempre depende da atualização das partidas anteriores, né? Esses horários são aproximados, contando um pouco de intervalo e também uma média de duração das partidas. Algumas são mais longas, algumas são mais curtas, mas até então o horário previsto aí, você que vai querer dar uma descansada pós-jogo da SK, é às 14 Immortals.
Boa correção, Guizão. Vou até anotar aqui, ó. Immortals, 14 horas. Era só um bait, Guizão, pra ter mais gente assistindo às 11 da manhã também, né, cara? Você entrega aqui nosso jogo, pô.
Justo que hoje será um longo dia de CS para todos nós.
Exato. Temos muita coisa pela frente. O pessoal tá perguntando qual que é a referência do nick do Taco, Guizão, você sabe?
Referência do quê?
Do nickname do Taco. Taco TN1.
Ah, sim.
Vale a pena. Você sabe a referência ou você só falou assim que entendeu, percebeu que tinha uma diferença?
Eu na verdade tentei pensar rápido aqui em algo pra falar, mas nessa hora da manhã não rolou não, Vidão.
O pessoal da Twitch tá falando que é Tony Humano.
Pode ser.
Pode ser homenagem aí. Não, obviamente não deve ser isso. Não sei qual que vai ser. E detalhe pode vir, né? Tá os dois jogadores, os dois times, né, fazendo brincadeiras aqui um com o outro. Aí o Taco se sentiu ofendido porque falou que o Config falou que ele não tem cabelo e o admin mandou o Config pagar 2 cervejas pro Taco de penalidade. Só mandou Team One também no chat. Team One não faria muito sentido ter ele, né? The Number One, o pessoal mandou também. É o número 1, mas
Pode ser também.
acho que o Saco não colocaria The Number One pra ele.
Do time?
Do time? De qualquer coisa.
SK, time SK é the number one.
Ah, o SK inteiro, entendeu? Entendi. Deve ter algum significado intrínseco aí, a gente pode perguntar pra ele depois.
Já sei. Normalmente quando você põe não é que significa tipo, certo?
É o quê?
Quando você põe no final, não é não é um criativo?
Tá.
Henrica ou seja, Henricão. Então ele é o Tonhão.
Até a música começou da Clean Feed aqui do nada depois dessa questão. Mas pode
Só
ser.
faltou Badatuns.
Começou a música da Clean Feed na hora, no mesmo momento. Não foi a bateria, mas tá tranquilo. Quem mais que ficou de fora ontem? Nós tivemos o confronto de FaZe contra Mouse Sports, né? Aquele confronto do ex-time do Nico, né, contra ele. E até então tinha dado Mouse Sports nesses duelos presenciais. Dessa vez deu FaZe e Clans, conseguiram esta vitória e avançam aí para disputar de novo amanhã, né? Se salvaram. Mouse Sports que vinha de bons resultados recentes, né, antes das férias, mas começando mal a volta.
Então dá uma mudada na cara, inclusive me surpreendeu positivamente a Gambit, porque não acreditava na vitória contra o Mousesports, para ser bem sincero, ambos com mudanças, só que quando você muda a parte estratégica da equipe, como foi o caso do Gambit com o coach e também o capitão, influencia demais. E eles conseguiram vir e jogar muito bem, né? Eram 16-6 sonoros, 16-6. Nossa senhora.
O que foi?
Agora veio alto.
Ah, Clean Feed?
É.
Eu já tirei o som dela, né? Me salvei dessa vez. Bom, então tivemos esses 3 times eliminados. Qual foi o último time que caiu também ontem, Guizão?
Envias. Perdeu por Fnatic e acabou caindo. Não, tô falando da partida final, acabou perdendo por Fnatic, uma partida muito equilibrada, mas bye Envias.
É isso, deu adeus à competição. A equipe do Envy, eles que tiveram resultados positivos até na fase, no formato online do outro campeonato, conseguindo vencer do G2 e tudo mais, aí todo mundo falou, super time francês, tudo mais, não sei o que, aí chega no presencial, G2 sai com vantagem, mas foi um jogo apertado, e parece que temos uma volta aqui da Clean Feed, temos uma volta da partida, estamos então continuando DreamHack Masters Malmo 2017 North.
Well, the power went out. It's your fault.
Yeah, we thought it was. I pressed the button and then everything did die, but I think it was just convenient timing.
It was inconvenient timing. I actually did think
works.
that Henry 100% broke something and just was appalled. Round ended, you saw it. I believe they saw it. If not, the rifles, we just finished saying the M4 and the FAMAS inside of the site were beneficial because they had the range game. They could let them walk in and effectively cut them off with crossfires. Well, they actually lost. The pistols prevailed. They got in, entry kill, took down Config despite his 2 kills on the M4, got the bomb planted, and then Cold made a nice flank play back through the balcony and was able to get the last remaining player, which was Volda, by the way. So 1-1, SK strike back. We get immediately back into it. Game was polished. You didn't miss a thing.
You're absolutely right. 2 players survived for SK Gaming in the previous round. They have an M4 saved from the previous, and Phelps with the AK here, a couple of SMGs. And we'll have a look at the buy for North as well. It will be the force buy here. Deagle CZ's a 5-7. Cajun B, the AWPer, won't be getting armor. He'll be keeping himself a little bit more modest. And Third jumps into his own flames there, but he's still fine with the drop-down control. This will be the default here, nothing too fast required. Let's see map control come through, and then find the first frag. There it is, Third taking down MSL.
Good shot back by AZ. So pistols will work for both sides, at least early in the round. They'll go back to a 4-4 situation. Bomb planted, or excuse me, planted. It was planted on the ground, but not timed with the timer in it to blow up. It's left on the ground in the B halls, Henry.
Yes.
Fallen will take down Config to give them the man advantage. That will encourage some push onto the A side as well. So Volda, Cajun already going to be rotating. Phelps starts his way up the ramp from mid. He's got the AK-47, so range game to his favor to look toward the site. Has to be somewhat cautious of Volda's position. More so AZ, who actually catches out Taco, can shoulder peek, but that brings Fallen back into it. Good shot, Volda. And Bomb now down at Cajun's feet with a gun picked up, but once again, it's Cold that looks to flank back over from the B site. Could be perfect timing as Fallen gets Cajun B. He'll walk in. Volda will have no idea that he's there, although he's starting to consider it based on timing and his position behind the APC. Does the gun stick out? It definitely did, yeah. Okay, Cold's gonna walk around, pre-fire that.
Decent attempt there from North with their force by the pistols, who AZ with a couple of frags there. One towards drop down and then falling back towards A. A nice shot at the top of middle. It's interesting with the North lineup. I thought he would be the first player to go, if I'm completely honest, AZ, but he's still in the team and his form seems to have improved over the last couple of weeks or so. And we'll go into a full eco here for North. It's going to be default pistols across the board here. Cajun B with the AWP next round, presumably. He's got about 3k right now, and they'll have $2,400 per player into the next one. So, Falling with the AWP now, an early one. Looks towards middle, but Taco with that first frag with the MAC-10. Could get 3, but only gets 2. It's going to be Phelps with the 3rd, and this should be quite a walk in the park now as Phelps finishes things off with further MAC-10s and UMPs farming all the cash. Overall scoreline 3-1. The buy certainly available now for North. It won't be the best of buys, and they might have to sacrifice a few players in terms of only getting body armor here. So the M4 for Cold Zero becomes very powerful indeed, but there are AKs out and the Fallen AWP. Can't wait to see how this T-side pans out for SK Gaming, a team that has lovely defaults, great at getting the map control, fantastic executions as well. North, same thing on their T-side, so we'll see who runs away with this game. The bomb for now, top of middle on the back of Fallen. This is the default I was discussing, and a Vazy now towards the danger area.
Starts to swing. Pre-fire actually does land on Taco, who slid out and actually caught strays. It's down to 53. Our first official gun round up on both sides. Cajun at long. Fallen waiting well out toward the statue. Courtyard A. If they push, he's at the ready. Smoke down at the corner of long, though, means that they actually want to start to take territory away from North. We have 2 inside of danger. Perfectly timed. Flashed. AZ gone. Config. Nearly a chance to retaliate, but Fur's up to that challenge as well.
Yeah, brutal flashbang there towards Danger, and then through the smoke. MSL not taken down just yet. He's going to be on 40 HP with his dealt with momentarily, and it's going to be Valda towards that balcony area, but he's smoked out. Molotov towards the Danger hole as well, and he's going to actually have no real ground to try and retake this bomb site. It's going to be a 4-on-2 situation. Cajun B still towards the B bomb site, takes down Taco, so a chance here at least, as the bomb will be planted for watching the flanks. It's up to Valda to make something happen here. Bomb down. They have not got a single kit to work with here. First going towards T-spawn.
I think he's expecting him to be back there to save already. He's not wrong knowing that first gun round North only winning the opening pistol and then being eco, they would save. But unfortunately for him, they haven't gone so far as to wrap all the way back around to the furthest point on the map away from the bomb.
Yeah, if they did go there, he would be in a perfect position. It would be a fantastic read, but they'll just be holding towards the B side for now. Cajun B only with 9 points of health. He's actually right by the connected door. That seems a little bit risky for him, but looks like they will be surviving and saving their AWP as well. So absolutely fine there. 4-1 though for SK. That brutal flashbang towards Danger. Nice mid control coming in from SK. Smokey off towards the mid ramp, flashing through, and then Fur completely lights them up here. Look at the flash. They just had no chance there whatsoever. You wouldn't necessarily anticipate 2 players in there as well. Lovely shot in the second.
Yeah, I love that Fur even just considers it. Most people would run in after getting the first kill, not even look at the corner. So well done by him. Nearly got a third through the smoke. Timeout called this time from North. I'll say this time. It's the first official timeout of the game.
Well, this looks like a technical timeout.
It does, actually. I'm just pausing my words before I read too far into it because, yeah, I'm just reading the console chat from players. So, yeah, technical it seems.
4-1 overall. Going into round number 6 here. It's not a great situation for North generally. They do manage to keep the AWP and the M4A4 for Valda as well. They can drop like UMPs or upgraded pistols. I think you do force around this considering you've got that AWP to work with here. Cobblestone's one of those maps. Even if you save 1 AWP and just have pistols, he has to go aggressive, but he gets the first pick, starts funneling T's towards the other side. Reading that, he can win the round single-handedly with 1 AWP. So I think you do force into this. Could be definitely a gamble. The money will be in a bad situation going forward from that, but I think this is justified at this stage. It's going to be one of the SK boys that have dropped out of the server for now. Have a look at the frag charts while we're here as well. It's going to be Fur, top of the T side with 6 kills, 3 deaths, and Config on top of the CT side with 4 kills, 4 deaths himself. So we'll see whether North can get back at this one. They did win the pistol, bear in mind as well. So after that forced by victory from SK Gaming, they really have run away with this game so far.
They ran away yesterday as well against Boot.
Yeah.
Same map.
This is,
if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, excuse me. That was on Mirage.
That's right.
It was Immortals Fnatic we saw on this map.
Just to note as well, this is another Intel Grand Slam event, right? So it's a chance for them to...
That's right. Yeah, this would be a second victory for SK.
Yeah, they got it done in Cologne as well. So you need to win 4 of the season for
$1 million, that's right. 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that the 10 is, to clarify, there's a lot of people that... You can read it. I think most people figured it out now, but in case you haven't or don't even know about it, I guess, Intel's basically said at any of the main ESL 1s, Pro League included, and IEM events, a string of 10 is essentially a season. If you win 4 in that 10, you get $1 million. If you're on 3 and I have none, I could still shut you down and get $250,000 for
right,
denying you. Yes. Exactly. However, I want to be clear on this. The 10 is continuous. It's a rolling 10, meaning that on number 11, if you have 3 wins, and you win number 11, but you won number 1. Sorry, it's not. That's 4 out of 11. It's actually 3 out of 10. It continues on. The first one's discounted at that point, right? So then when you hit number 12, number 2 is discounted. When you hit number 13, so it's the most recent 10, the 10 in succession, I guess.
That makes sense. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We've got 1 already for SK. Win this one will be 2, and $1 million. I love the fact that people, when that first was announced, like, oh, well, you've only got to win 4 and you get $1 million. Yeah, you have got to win 4, the hardest tournament in the entire world to do that. It's not like it's easy.
The only team that had a run of success in which they could have done that, you could argue that SK could have done that in the form that they were on and seem to be back toward now. Last year in 2016, winning 2 majors and a few other events in there as well. But Fnatic winning 7 in a row would have been the only era that I would have said, yeah, okay, that seems like a foregone conclusion.
There's no clear-cut like number 1. There's no dominant team right now, is there? It's like SK on paper, I think they're number 1, but I don't consider them to be so. They're not like complete number 1. Obviously, at the major, didn't really work out for them there, and we've got really strange results in that event. Obviously, Gambit winning it and Mortals in second place. Doesn't seem like there's one team that's really destroying everyone right now. I think it's fair to say, yes, technically SK #1, but for me, they still have some proving to do just to kind of get that kind of solidified.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I agree. I kind of like that it's unpredictable, but at the same time, I think that's a good reason for there to be a trophy for predictions, because it really is as unpredictable as anything right now, which is great. It's exciting. It's good to watch, and the roster shuffles add another element to it, because teams are vying to be more successful and more consistent in that success. But it's ultimately a frugal, or I shouldn't say frugal, excuse me, a futile attempt at achieving that. So that said, Henry.
Yes.
What should we do? Take a break?
It looks like it's going to be a long one. So we've got 2 best of 3 to do. So why don't we take a break and
save the vocal cords?
Yes.
All right. I like it.
Season 7 was completely different because it was like, I was pretty much just full part of everything. The production, everybody, got to know people more. It was awesome. It was great seeing that, but not only just with like the love and getting to know people more and experiencing Sweden and all that, you get to watch some good Dota games, and the games progress over the seasons. They just get better and better, so I'm expecting Season 8 to be the same thing. It should be pretty awesome, and just more of the good stuff.
Goal gets the 5-man black hole. They're all dead. Vega, D1. Oh my God!
I think Season 8 we're expecting bigger teams, bigger memes.
That way. That way.
Oh, is that Slacks? Ooh. Slacks. Got some work to do. Friday's coming, and I'll be. Friday's coming, and I'll be.
I think we've kind of proven ourselves over the seasons that we're a tournament that the teams are getting more and more interested in, because it's such a fantastic ground to really test out strats, build yourself up before the big events, and now Dream League very much being one of those big events. And Season 8, it's going to be even bigger than Season 7. I can absolutely guarantee it's going to be something to look out for.
GA comes out in time. Can they keep us all alive? They can't. He's down once again for a full minute. Liquid finding 2 more. GG is called. Liquid are your Dream League Season 7 champions.
So from the bottom of our hearts here at Dream League, thank you all, because we will return yet again. We're still alive, and we'll be back again. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Dream League Season 8. Have a fantastic Dota-filled night. Good night.
looks like a digital video game for the iPhone, Android, and iPad. It's called Pocket Mortys. Look at all these little Mortys that you get to run around. Collect Mustache Morty, cat one eyeball Morty. This just seems really cruel. I mean, come on. What are you doing? It's free. It's a free game. It's not pay to win either. It's Pocket Mortys. Get over here and pick it up. It's a free game.
Win.sliver.tv. As you watch CS:GO, you earn free coins.
Let's get nagging, 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 come love and let's get nagging, nagging.
Está Vivo Fibra é estabilidade para você jogar online. Assine já.
Oh, look at you. You're a superhero.
Good eye.
Can you fly?
How can I put this? Murder. It's just not cool.
Emprega como nenhum outro, prepara como nenhum outro. Acesse o site.
Trying hard not to front on you. Come love and let's get nagging, 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 come love and let's get nagging, nagging,
We can't have it all, but if we're going to have issues, it's best to have them early in the day. Get them out of the way, clear them up, and roll on steadily. It's 4-1. We're in game one. We're just getting started, really, Henry.
We are. It's going to be North versus SK Gaming. SK, after losing the pistol, bouncing back 4 rounds in a row, looking in a very dominant position right now. But we did save an M4 and an AWP on the North side, so they're looking to maybe give SK a dose of their own medicine. We'll see what happens, and as we look like they're ready to go, we can see the headsets are on. That's always a good sign. Same story for North as well, who are a little bit out of their depth right now, but they're still a very good cobble side. I'm sure they can get back into it.
And you talked about saving the AWP for Cajun B. Volda saves the M4. You can see it now on your screen.
Yes.
The others are in a position where there was a justifiable force, potentially with SMGs, but they've decided not to. They've gone with 3 pistols.
Yeah, it's the more conservative approach for sure. I wouldn't have minded a force buy here with drop UMPs, but they've gone for it. And they're going to save and try and maybe get Cajun B an opening frag here, which he certainly does. Takes down Fur. That's a nice start. I said it before the break that the single AWP, if it goes aggressive, finds that opening pick, can actually win around single-handedly. He might go back towards B now after he's shown presence towards the A side of the map. Or get wrecked.
Gets caught by Fallen. I'm surprised Fur peeked that so eagerly, I guess you could say, with that much utility, knowing that there is an AWP somewhere on the map. But Fallen, great aggression as always, able to find the shot. MSL goes down, can't do anything with the picked up AWP. And Phelps is able to find Config immediately after. Rotation from Volda, not much in that either. SK is able to spray down through the door. We go 5-1, little bomb plant at the end. I'm not sure who did that, but they get the little cash injection.
Yeah, they get $300 for planting the bomb. Counts as a kill. It's not bad. Always worth doing even though the round's over. 5-1, SK Gaming. Got a little bit problematic there after Cajun B got the first kill, but Fallen, considered one of the world's best in-game leaders and AWPers, managing to recover situation. MSL picked up the Fallen AWP, but he's not known as an AWPer. And missed a couple of shots, and here we are, double AWP situation. Config, he certainly is the secondary AWP for this team. He's a very versatile player. And he'll be joining Cajun B as we go to round number 7. Full buy for North, like we said, a conservative financial decision in the previous. I want to start posting some rounds on the board now. SK Gaming starting to run away with this one slightly, but still pretty early days.
Smoke lands deep in the B tunnel. That gives Cajun a better chance to try and use the AWP aggressively. Unfortunately for him, at the exact second he goes aggressive, Taco peeks and Volda's in the middle of the 2 and goes down. No response from Cajun. So man advantage again to SK, but Taco wants to escape, get back into the tunnels, and Cajun catches him as he disappeared inside of the smoke.
Yeah, I thought Taco's getting a double kill at that point, but Cajun B recovers the situation. Flashbang came through, didn't catch him, and manages to bring to the 4-on-4. Now Flashbang does get him though.
Yeah.
And they're coming in.
Yeah, full pressure on the op. That flash over, Phelps is able to get close as 2 to the rest of them, but they walk into MSL, who's lucky enough to spray down 2 and not get responded upon any earlier. That makes it an even situation when they walk into the site, but it's just the AWP for Config. No kit for Config. Damage from the flames as he goes down to 52 and tries to spot above the statue. Made in, down to 18, getting lower and missed shot when he spotted for a double take and gets put out of his misery. 6-1 SK.
Yeah, Valdo tries to go aggressive there on the upper platform. Tried to push in while being covered by Cajun B. He got taken down. I thought it would be the double frag for Taco at that point, but Cajun B recovers the situation. Fell back, then the flashbang really did get him. They caught him. MSL did what he could. The double frag, you'd think that'd be enough, but apparently not. For doing all the work there, and the 2-1 situation works out for SK Gaming. Focusing primarily on that B site in the gun round so far. Here's AZ though, pushing middle with a deagle. Nice position. Could find a kill here. Spots one, but can't get the shot off. And Phelps takes him down. At this point, SK Gaming love it now. You know you're up against EK now. You've got information. They've got pistols. And you've got a 5-on-4 as well with plenty of time remaining. See what the reaction is from the CTs. Don't overcommit, Taco. You're by yourself for now. Very careful as Fur goes towards the drop-down area. Cold Zero finds another frag. And now you can just hold angles. CTs will start pushing eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough to say if they will. It is North. They love a good push. But you are right. They will love this on the SK side. Phelps being able to read that first push through by AZ. Could have been dangerous as well because that Fallen was behind the rock looking out toward Long. If he'd slipped behind Phelps, who left the gap, could have easily found 1 kill onto the man with the AWP. Second time SK in 2 days has had a 7-1 lead. Something Brazilians, well, scoreline they know something about, not necessarily leading.
Sure. Well, double AWP setup comes out once again. It seems like this is where North want to be. Config, not known as an AWP, but certainly can do it when required. I'm sure it's required right now. It didn't work out for them before. This is a B rush coming in from SK Gaming. At least 2 of them going all in. The smoke's down as well, but it's going to be Fur going down to 2 HP. Through the smoke there as well, but he finds a smoke gap himself, takes down Valda. How is he still alive as Cold Zero finds a second frag as well?
Good shot back, Cold in the sight. AZ's the next in line. He's continuing on to wreak havoc on top of the rock. Bit of an unorthodox position above the smoke. MSL was able to get him back. Cold didn't react soon enough. They boosted Fallen. MSL spotted that as well based on the fact that Fallen missed a few shots, and then the AWP of Config is immediate to attention and takes him down. It's now suddenly, surprisingly, a big lead for North in the round. They take out Fur with an AWP despite only having 1 HP. Overkill, doesn't matter. Get him down, get him done. Taco left against 2. Has bomb in his hands.
Yeah, and a minute to play with as well. But 2 kills to find. Absolute blunder from North to give this one away. The smoke deployed there, bit of a long con. See if they push through it, and Taco can't find a shot there. MSL finally getting another round on the board there for North. It will be 7-2 overall. Not keeping a huge amount of manpower alive, though, North. This will be a difficult round for them, and they know it as well. SK Gaming going for a fast B play there, a basic set piece, a few smokes deployed at the very start, covering towards that tree area as well. Flashes coming through, and Fur somehow finding kills with the smoke. Cold Zero got a double frag as well, but Config keeping the dream alive with the AWP. Need to win this round, North. It could be double eco situation for them. Single orb this round. That's an occasion beat. Config down to the M4. He's on a Famous, so Fawn's waiting up for any CT aggression to come through. AZ could spam back if he wants to, but decides to pull back at this point.
Door, brief exchange. Love me a good tracer. I wonder if anyone in the world has ever picked up on that pattern that it's shot on the second bullet in your screen, but the third there ensuing of a subsequent divisible of 2, so it's second and fifth bullet, you know what I mean? Remember that? Yeah, that really confusing convoluted pattern that someone posted on Reddit saying you could hide your tracers. I wonder if anyone's ever gotten so good at that to actually mimic it enough to be usable.
I have no idea.
If you've actually used it in a situation, please send me a video, because it seemed like the most convoluted thing ever, which is why I explained it as such.
Yes, but we got that.
We didn't, that was the point.
No, exactly. Well, for now, still a 5-on-5. In terms of the setup for the terrorist side, they have got 2 players towards long A. One in danger, which is Phelps. They might leave him there, so he'll be the snake in the grass, if you will. They'll leave him this side of the map. He could go and show presence by himself, or go for the huge backstab after a team commits towards B, or maybe he goes for the A split. MSL watching the window here, and look at this little boost coming through towards. That's quite inventive, I have to say. It was the idea to pick off anyone that's beneath the window, but fortunately, MSL sends him packing. He goes on the 49 HP. Phelps still towards long A. Does he show his hand now, or does he wait for the backstabs come in?
That Hobbit hole is definitely spammable, and they're trying it. It's good to see more and more teams taking the initiative to spot out the angle, and Valda eventually has to move. Taco catches him in the open, having swapped to the op. Tries to go for a fall in play, but he has to plant, you're right, and can't. So I don't know what he was hoping for. After missing the no-scope, really, he was always going to go down, but just tried to do whatever he could to perhaps get lucky.
Yeah, you're right. If he hits the no-scope, they probably win the round, of course. But he didn't, so he just had to get the bomb out and hope that maybe the CTs run away with the knife out. Lets him plant. The reason he did that, if he didn't catch it, was because he had like 6 seconds on the clock after missing the no-scope there. So SK Gaming, much slower pace round, but they keep buying. The money's still okay for them. Losing 2 in a row, but North, they're not keeping a huge amount of manpower alive here. 1 surviving there, this time on the North side. The rebuys coming through. Not ideal on the CT side. They still have the AWP just about. No utility occasion for Valda. AZ just a single flashbang as well. So SK know if they just win 1 round here, it's a double eco for sure for the Danish side. So they have a nice full buy here themselves. Back towards middle. Phelps smokes out towards danger. They can see AZ putting the flashbang through there. Trying to buy his team some time. But Phelps goes through it. He's on his heels here.
Config playing with AZ. They're going to go back for the boost. We saw this fail twice yesterday. No one had any success with it whatsoever. And this time they won't even have success putting the player up there. Round of applause. They've made it.
That boost spot hasn't been too overwhelming the last few months. It's kind of gone out of fashion. It's a pre-fire position. Also, they get flashed at the very start of every execution, but we'll see if it works out for North here. 45 seconds remaining now. Looks like the full A commitment from SK Gaming. Dropping smokes towards the connector. Molotov the balcony. Push toward the bomb site and see if you can get the frags you require. They drop down from the boost, but Phelps, he doesn't care about that. He did manage to take down Config, and now up to the remaining CTs who rotate through.
Push out AZ. Good dink on the first peek to fall in, but 2 players there. He gets overwhelmed and taken down immediately. Phelps is going to wrap around, spot them out with a jump. In the back of the sights, and gone they are. North will run. It'll go to 8-3 for SK, so they've won the half on the T side, as expected.
Yeah, that's a great round from the boys in SK. All 5 players surviving for now. On the hunt as well, trying to lock down Valda and Cajun B, the same two players that saved before. Phelps could find Valda here though. Oh, spots him, takes him down. Cajun B to try and save his AWP as he hits 2 shots as well. They get the AWP out of his hands, it's almost guaranteed they win the next round. It will be double eco situation for North as well. This is the map I said North had to win to really have a chance in this best of 3. Probably their best map right now. It's one they've played the most since Valda's joined the team. But Cajun B hits yet another shot here in towards drop down, but Fallen's coming for him. He looks a little bit angry as well. Wants to hit this one. Cajun B falls back. They know he's there. Does he survive? Oh my god, he actually does. He gets 4 kills in total. That's kind of sick from Cajun. Very modest indeed. So what's the play from North here? I think they forced by into this.
Well, they nearly got a win when he had the single op. Well, I shouldn't say that. They got the first pick.
Yeah.
Nearly a win in the round is a bit of a stretch. This time they had one more gun to force with the M4 saved, but Cajun looks sharp today at least.
Yeah, he's been playing very well recently. Well, here we go. He has to go aggressive once again. We did see this when the previous AWP was saved, but there it is. Phelps, he takes him down. He wants to make sure he locks down that WP so no one else can go pick it up. So he has guaranteed that's not going to be a possibility for them. Takes down that first kill, and that should be the round as well. And as I mentioned, this was the force buy from the CT side. 3 players down to $0, and then they get 1900 into the next. They have the full eco, and this is looking like they might be a little bit behind now. I'm not sure the CTs will be able to get back into this game, but here it is. Okay, finding all the kills. That AWP once it went down, that pretty much signaled the end of round number 12. But Config does find the AWP. At this point, just save it. I'm not sure why Phelps just left it there. I think you definitely go out and throw it out of the map.
Yeah, get rid of that entirely.
Especially once you locked it down by yourself. Like,
well, yeah, and I just want to follow it up. They're not really in a position to chase. Their money is getting hindered. So Fur does well to read where they're going, but AZ still puts him down. It's the op on the ground if AZ can't get back over to his right to grab it. I think he's actually going to leave it, so they won't get the op.
Certainly won't now. Or recovered by SK. AZ towards long A, and might find another kill here, but Cobelstone beats him to the punch and finds the final kill there as well. So SK keep their AWP. A chance now to go against the full eco here and find double digits as well. North, just remember as well, they won the pistol here, and then you have 3 rounds on the board. In terms of the fragging potential, Valda, I did say he's been playing amazingly recently, but he's on 3 kills, 11 deaths. He's normally a great CD-sided player. Very good at holding angles and finding a couple of frags even when required. But round 13 doesn't look like he'll find much more. Default pistols ready. A couple of PC-50s there, but should be quite smooth sailing for SK. Mid-push coming in. Fallen might go down here. There it is. Valda takes him. But that's all they'll get. They'll recover the AWP for sure. Or will they? Quickly. There it is. Phelps gets it just in the nick of time. Just a note as well. Phelps on 18 kills, 7 deaths. A lot of those have been eco frags, but still, they all count. And that's a huge amount to have in the first half. North, they're looking a little bit sleepy right now.
I would have to say I agree,
Yeah.
which is the opposite of what we presumed.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones rubbing their eyes. They're not really fired up for this one. But double AWP set up, no kits. It's Config really trying to make this double AWP thing. He's a great rifler. Hasn't had a huge amount of success with the AWP so far. Cajun has, but I'm not sure this is the setup that's going to find them the rounds they require. They definitely need 10-5 at this point. 12-3 just won't cut it, I'm afraid. So ends up here. Fallen. Holding towards middle once again. No real aggression with the CTs. Difficult map to find opening picks. Your 2 options are up the platform or middle with the AWP. Not going for either this time. Fallen just sniffing out for information right now. Config towards long A with the AWP, trying to find the first pick. He'll be flashed off and has to shoot. That gives away his position as he gets smoked off as well.
Taco backs. He wants to attack off of that, and again, he'll get taken down. He's pushed so many times to no avail.
Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. When there's no refrag potential there, being by yourself, pushing a smoke. Yeah, it's dangerous play. Now a minute to play with 5-on-4 advantage once more. We have a bit of presence towards B from 2 players in the SK side. It's going to be Fur and Cobelstone. The bombs at A as well. They're just trying to pull a rotation at this point as well. The CTs have to take the bait. Can't really do anything about that, but MSL finds 1 kill from the window. Got to take down Cobelstone as well. That's quite a tall order. But seems to be aware this could be a possibility. Can't find the intel though. This is such a key frag here. Who's going to get it? Cobelstone, of course he will. Takes the headshot, and now they will commit towards the A side.
Good positioning from Config at Barrel's back sight. They don't see him, but he misses the shot.
Ooh.
Oh, mixed up for it though. Phelps Very close. I thought definitely had him down dead to rights. He hits the lovely one and then misses an easier shot to Cold, who puts him in the grave. Taco to Cajun. Just folded remaining. We'll see what the new boy can do.
He's been quiet so far, but if he can win this round, all will be forgiven. Oh my god.
You're not forgiven. Absolutely
what a
not.
shot that was from Paulin. At the top, that's quite cool. I like that. Well, Fallen, he seems like he's firing on all cylinders right now. And time of day to even have a chance in that clutch. And it's the final round, looking likely to be 12-3 here, Matt, because we've got 5 SMGs to work with, no kits. Do have utility, so something there, but not really that excited by the prospect of 5 UMPs available from the CT side.
For already the top of the drop quite quickly, actually bypassed the nade. It did hit and do damage to Cold, significant as well as he gets down to 60 HP. 5 UMPs. This is kind of like when all 5 Power Rangers do that morphin thing and turn into the final boss. That's what 5 UMPs
what,
is.
The Megazord?
I can't believe you know the name of that.
Yep.
You probably watched it like a week ago.
Yeah, I'm still going for it. Twitch did a marathon of it.
Did they actually?
Yeah. Like they did Bob
I think
Ross.
I knew that. Yeah, Bob Ross doesn't look cooler, though. Yeah. I'd actually want to get a beer with Bob Ross.
Well, he's dead, so...
Well,
good luck with that.
Good point. The Power Rangers never die. It's good writing in the show, really. Phelps takes down Cajun B. Nuvald on site, able to follow up and take back Phelps. 17 HP for Fur. Could be a bit cautious. Again, Cold taking that early damage. He's not off in a good position either, trying to work out from drop. They'll boost one back, and it's going to be the low HP of Fur to try and get bomb and perhaps look elsewhere on the map. This gives them the option of going back toward A.
Yeah, still within a shout of this round, North. They've found a few frags and upgraded to the AWP here. UMP still for AZ and Valda, who's at 40 HP. And they've tagged up SK, 30 seconds remaining. It's pretty much next kill decides it. Well, Coldzera, he seems to be hitting absolutely everything, but AZ just about sinks that kill in. They know the position now of him. And we have the final play here. Taco, that's lovely. AK-47 completely punishes AZ there. Config now on the retake. No kit, no nades, but he has got the AWP. It's up to SK to give him anything to work with it, and they turtle up on the stairs. So even if he finds one of them, he pretty much can't win the round. He's not going to anticipate both players out of the steps position. So this is quite nice from SK Gaming. Because he just doesn't have information. Even if he takes that one, the other one won't face. So can't save his last round. He can touch the bomb, sure, but even if he fakes it, starts to find 2 frags. Oh, that's
really good.
A twist.
That's, yeah, definitely made things interesting. Low HP for Fur, up close!
No kit.
No kit, but you've got to give credit to the shots of Config. Second one perhaps a little bit anticipated. The first one, that headshot with a sliver to fire at, quite good.
Very good, if you don't mind me saying. Well, not enough to win the round. Be as flashy as you like, but you do need rounds at the top of the scoreboard there. 12-3 for SK on the T side. Means if North do give up the pistol in the second half, it's pretty much game over there. But they are known to be one of the best T sides on Cobelstone in the game. So watch out for that. They're not done just yet. They've got lots of executions here. They do need to win the pistol. That has to happen for them. As we'll swap everything over. As we said, Config and Co not looking too fired up today. Valda, 5 kills, 14 deaths. The new signing, AZ, 6 and 14. They were 2 players that we noticed were struggling. AZ, especially towards middle, couldn't really get going at all there.
Just overcompensating in some ways, right?
Yeah.
Trying to force the issue.
Yeah, he was down
like,
right down the bottom of middle every
yeah.
single time, and it seemed that double AWP setup was too prevalent for North. But they weren't finding shots at all with that. I think that Config, if he'd have just played with AZ potentially more passively, let them have long A and middle instead of keeping up those frags one by one, actually he would have had a better run at it. But there it is, Valdo on the screen. We'll see if he can bounce back here in the second half. They're not looking too up for it at the moment, but we are ready to go. I'll have a look at the buy for North here. 4 sets of body armor, MSL with the smoke, 2 flashbangs, Valdo with the decoy. I'm starting to call this out for some reason now. Decoys don't really have a huge amount of impact, but you never know. It's good to just point it out sometimes.
Fallen's Inspector Gadget again. So is MSL. Just making that a thing.
Wow. North, you have to win this one. Fast towards long A. Phelps been baited in perfectly. Oh my god, he could have all the kills here.
That's unreal.
I thought he could have 3, but he gets 2 lovely headshots. MSL fights back, but it looks like the pistol round is going to be the unraveling of North here, but they are getting a few kills back. Valda with a headshot towards danger, but a 3-on-2 situation with MSL on 13 HP.
Oh, still in it, rotates back, just further went down, so he's got a chance to find his third eventually. He is going to spot up Valda, low HP of the man behind him, but he's still firing into close target. Look for the 4th, Cold got 1, so it won't be an ace. This bypass. Fallen's ready. Headshot over the top of the boards. We go 13-3. SK, much like yesterday, are having a relatively easy time.
Has to be the force buy. That's the nightmare for North. But they won the pistol in the first half, and they're only on 3 rounds right now. So you feel like that wouldn't have been enough regardless. But still, CZ's, P250s, a Deagle for Cajun. They have to bring what they can. They can't afford to let anything else slip by. Have to take the gamble here, the force buy. Flashbangs available. And aggression from Fallen there. Up for it, wants to fight. Trying to use the UMP at very long range. Gets a kill, but surely taken down. 1 HP. He gets away with it.
1 HP. Pretty good name for a podcast.
Yeah, it's not bad.
1 HP. Shot back from Volda is going to take out first. Another 1 HP becomes a factor because Fallen is one of the 4 remaining. On 19, AZ forced out by Flames, has Taco waiting. That range, the SMG is completely fine.
Well, they have got 1 frag here, but Cold Zera, he looks a little bit mad as well. Gets 1 kill. 3 on 2, still in the realms of possibility here for Config and Valda, but let's see if they can find anything more here. 45 seconds remaining. 1 flashbang each. I'll have to use one of those now to try and get out towards long A. I'm not sure they even get close to the bomb site of their plan, but we'll see what they can do. Fallen the cannons. He's good for 1 kill there.
I would say so.
Baiting him in.
I would say, yeah, I would say that's exactly right. He's not going to peek. He's not going to swing with the bait. He'll let them walk completely in, which they should do any second. Although, as I say that, look at the stepping of the wide mark of Volda. He had low HP himself, so still went down, but he considered it at least.
Bless you.
Oh, it's not worth blessing me, to be honest.
No, too late.
I'm already lost.
Yeah. Well, North, yeah, they might have lost as well because this is another force buy for them. It's not ideal when you're in round number 3. That's okay. Round number 3 and you have to force buy into it, you know things are getting pretty dire. CZ's P250s get a bit more loss bonus, so you can get some smokes and flashbangs as well. But SK looking in a very comfortable position right now as we enter round number 18. It will be towards B we go. Smoke deployed by Phelps and an incendiary as well. No damage inflicted as of yet, but look at this backstab. Oh god, it's going to be brutal. Only...
Is it?
Okay. Fur normally so good with the MP9. Oh, it's falling apart now.
Well, the armor definitely is sufficient against it, and they both survive with 17. 1 more bullet into each of them, and he would have had 2 kills quite easily and quickly. Taco does get 2 kills, one of which with Flames. Now it's MSL that gets in late. He's on the MP9. He can't get a kill either, but Cold jumps back to get them both after Fallen goes down. Sloppiest round, I think, yet of the game. And there's still a chance the Config can win it because undetected he pops out from just in front of the chicken coop, in fact.
Well,
it's the 4th round for North.
Fur with the godlike backstab there. Unfortunately has the MP9. Like I said, normally so good at that weapon. He dinks up 2 of them but can't find the shots. If he gets 1 kill there, they're probably fine. But that was the cue for North to fully explode towards the B bomb site. And luckily for SK Gaming, they're not force buying here. They definitely could have done, but they're looking at the bigger picture. Just get some upgraded pistols here. No armor, no nades. And just close this one out properly as they'll go into round number 19 with an eco, and North a chance, a lifeline perhaps, to get back in this game. It's not over until it says 16 at the top.
Phelps with a deagle. So 1 round for North and SK limited. Keep in mind, even though they've got just 4 rounds North, they'd win the first pistol. They were eco'd immediately afterward. Flames on the steps. Phelps decides to stand inside them and try and do what he can, but it's all gone well for North. They are able to walk in, having lost no one at all. Damage done to AZ. Fallen in Fur. Well removed. Deagle and a P250. Likely just not wanting to give up any frag money where it's available and look for potential exits. But even that, they're sitting well back from.
Simple procedure here for North. Bomb towards B. All 5 players survive. Fallen and Fur trying to do what they can with the exit frags here. Deagle for Fallen, Fur on the PT50. They'll be buying next round. This was a full conservative approach from them. And that's the right thing to do here. You've got a huge bed of rounds. Just get the match point as soon as you can, the correct way. And in terms of the AWP situation, yeah, Fallen with $4,000 right now. He'll have $5,900 going to the next round of the second stage loss bonus. So that's great for him, or certainly coming out. I'm sure North start upgrading their UMPs and stuff to AKs. There's no reason to try and build money here. Lose one round, you're pretty much out of it. So I'd say upgrade the lesser weaponry at this point. Surely. Not going to do it. Staying on those UMPs and no buys coming in here. I'm not sure that's the right call. At this point, it's just getting rounds on the board. I wouldn't even be thinking about the money. But they've gone for it. 2 SMGs and a Galil.
Helps. Bounces the Molotov under the archway. Inside of the smoke. Gonna get close with the Moss as well as they get ever closer. And Omnipresent on the T side, dropping in, already bypassing him. Gap in the smoke behind him, he's able to utilize to 2, but only 2. Volta and Config pull back immediately, so we stay even. And with the wall of smokes down, he was the only chance inside of it. Cold's gonna have to be very careful if he continues to push through. He will, with a well-timed flash. He's gonna get deep as well. He actually kills Volta behind his intended target of Config, but could have easily found them both. It was good timing on that flash.
Oh!
Knew exactly what he wanted to do, but Fallen, that's quite good.
Oh my god, that was disgusting. I saw it from Fallen's POV as well. 2-on-1 situation now. Cajun B with the Galil in hand. Starts quivering here on towards the upper platform. Smoke goes down. No kit available for the CTs, but it won't matter. Full defuse will come in. Nice retake there. Fur and Coldzera pulling out all the heroics, I have to say. Defuse just about comes through there, and indeed, match point. And that's what I'm saying for North. Sure, they're very good at the executes there, Matt. If they had maybe a little bit more firepower and an AK-47, probably can win that round.
First defuse of the entire game, by the way.
No way.
I wouldn't have known that if not for the confetti, so it did add some value.
Yeah,
Harry.
that's true. Look at this.
That's sick.
Headshot as well, of course.
Yeah, might as well, right? Just for good measure.
Oh, wow. Well, 10 rounds in a row now for North, just to make overtime. I'm not sure that's going to be a possibility for them, but still have a buy here. That's one of the benefits of keeping those UMPs in the Galil in the previous round, but like I said, for me, just winning rounds, getting on the board would be the first protocol at this point. Occasion, just towards long A. They do know if they win this round, it's going to be a reset for SK, so it's not over just yet. Win this, could be double eco, and Valda does find the first kill as he takes down Coldzera.
Good shot, Fallen. Reads well that they're heading toward danger. SL waits to see if they'll push through the smoke, but Fallen is inching into a better and better position to catch him off. Even if he retreats, he does take the shot, tags MSL down to 4. Gives him the safety net to cross over back into middle as well.
Yeah, very low HP for MSL now.
This round all comes down to Volta and AZ, I'm going to just say. They're positioning inside drop.
Oh, same play. This little boost that a lot of teams are doing right now. Give you a decent vantage point. Oh, should be a kill for Valda, but
wow.
It's going to be Fallen doing significant damage there. Gets 1 kill, pulls out a Deagle, 80 down to 20. MSL still at 4 HP. Surely this round is where it ends, but still an equal situation with 30 seconds remaining.
First. Quietly approaching, back toward the site, catches MSL, who was already on the low HP. You're right, it is the bomb. Realizes that AZ's taken a shot from the balcony and positions himself accordingly so as not to get caught out by the second player, Cajun B, on the ramp. And SK deal with him swiftly. We go 1-0 in the best of 3 so far. I think in total they've given up 9 rounds, SK, over the first 2 maps they've played. Not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all, and that's not really turning up. And the map I thought they really could take. Cobelstone, arguably one of their best maps. I think if they get a T-sided start, they might have had a better showing there, but unfortunately, didn't really get much going whatsoever. They won the pistol as well there, Matt, in the first half, and this got 3 rounds total. Seemed like they're a little bit out of their depth, maybe still waking up, but I really did think in this best of 3, they really had to win Cobelstone to stand a chance.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this was the map that favors them the most in the entire series, and the fact that they were that flat on it is a bit of a problem, and it's not even a problem that they were asleep or maybe slow going. You know, AZ's over-aggression, not really getting on the board at all. Config wasn't as, lights out as we would expect him to be.
Well,
it's all the ingredients not there.
He kept going on the AWP. He didn't even give himself a chance to rifle there at all, which is a shame. Valda, the first event for him within the North organization. He's been great online recently in Pro League and stuff, but that was a really poor showing from him. But still, it's only the first map. We do potentially have 2 more to go.
Yes.
So for now, should we take a quick break and come back with that?
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. So we'll do exactly that. We'll see in a bit.
corner, comes with the ball. Right of, oh my goodness! Fucking gets nailed in the head. Oh, it's Dewey's pulled it off.
And through the wall, from bad to worse, the spray comes in.
What do we got here? Looks like a digital video game for the iPhone, Android, and iPad. It's called Pocket Mortys. Look at all these little Mortys that you get to run around and collect. Mustache Morty, cat Morty, one eyeball Morty. This just seems really cruel. I mean, come on. What are you doing? It's free. It's a free game. It's not pay to win either. It's Pocket Mortys. Get over here and pick it up. It's a free game.
Win.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Oh, crap.
Oh, look at you. You're a superhero.
Good eye.
Can you fly?
Tech!
Good grief.
Tickles!
How can I put this? Murder. It's just not cool.
Está Vivo Fibra e estabilidade para você jogar online. Assine já.
Miaoi, explica o que você faz antes dessa pessoa pular o vídeo.
Eu sou um app que facilita a sua vida.
Agora pode pular.
Aplicativo Miaoi. É a Oi junto de você sempre que você precisar.
Emprega como nenhum outro, prepara como nenhum outro. Acesse o site.
Well, all quiet on the Western Front if you're SK. It's not really been much of a war. They're kind of waiting for the attack at this point because they go 16-5 over north on map 1, Cobelstone. Now we jump onto Train, which is a map we know that SK is quite dominant on at times.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for the boys in North. That's why we said Cobelstone had to be the victory there for the Danish side. New signing Valda looking pretty quiet as well. Their map pool's not going to be as deep as it once was as well. It's very difficult to slot a new member into a lineup, especially with about 2 weeks practice as well. Not going to be ideal. Going against SK, one of the best train teams in the world.
It makes sense that the player break is the time in which you make the team changes. Everyone's going on vacation, less stress, whatever. Let's get it done. We've got some time off. But the fact of the matter is that people did it in the player break, which also meant they weren't practicing. So it's not like you brought someone in and it was straight to work. Most teams, maybe some, I'm not sure. I can't speak for everyone on what they were doing for the break. But it seemed like on Twitter, a lot of them were actually like, you know, on the beach and in a resort
pretty
whatever.
much all of them.
So yeah, so it's kind of hard to say. Like, it makes sense, right? It's the beginning and an end, and in some ways, it's kind of the end of a season as Counter-Strike has it. We don't really have seasons. That's the closest we have.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's hard to put a player in during that time and go, yep, we're ready, 100%. Yeah, well, you haven't really practiced. So you're right. I don't know what to expect. A lot of teams with player changes in this event as well. So it is a good gauge, but it's also a honeymoon period for a lot. So I think it has to play out in a longer fashion to see where we really are.
I really do think this will be the 2-0 for SK. Without the big names turning up for North, going up on a map like Train as well, it just doesn't feel like this is the one. This is the series that's going to do it for them. Cobelstone, they put up a good performance there. I might be believing right now, but SK, it seems like they're all 5 players have arrived. We've got decent rounds from Phelps that had 20 kills in the first half. Fallen looking lights out with the AWP, even though he said he looked tired this morning. He seems like he's woken up quite nicely. Cold Zero, good as ever. And there's no one really from the North side that's exciting me right now. We had some maybe interesting shots from Cajun B, like saving the AWP. He was hitting everything, but in terms of actual impact and winning rounds, nothing really been done by anyone on the North side. And AZ and Valda, especially, looking like they dropped off into obscurity with their solo duels and key situations.
Yeah, I absolutely, which is also something that is prevalent on Train. You're going to get a lot of solo duels on various key choke points, specifically. Well, it depends. Some teams double it up, but specifically the player that's playing at Ivy is going to have a lot of duels, undoubtedly, and the player on the inner bomb site is also going to be in a number of 1vx situations in which they have to win those aim battles, and they have to be very cognizant of when and how to peek the player that's playing against them, perhaps getting an early read on how they choose to use utility. But it's it's not a strong map in terms of individual skill if it's lacking, that is, and it's going to hurt you quite a bit.
We'll see what happens here. There will be the knife round to get things off. I don't normally talk about knife rounds that much, but I really do think like North have to win this one. Just getting the CT sided start.
I usually tend to do a lot of the talking in knife rounds.
Yeah, that's true. You normally do, but this one feels like North have to win it to have any sort of chance here up against SK, who are, I would say, the best CT sided team on Train. Maybe not as dominant as they used to be. They used to completely wreck everyone, like 14-1, but they're doing that in the knife round as well. MSL 4-1. And it will be the SK CT start.
I had to laugh just because something happened. AZ jumped down and thought he was about to get a backstab, but he actually landed on someone else's head, which prevented him, so he swung at the air, and then both players just looked up and knifed him instantly. It's pretty good. He thought he had it so figured out.
Just when they needed a lifeline. Doesn't seem to happen for them. So let's talk about SK's CT approach here. Very aggressive. They've got lots of push tactics where they can send 3 players towards the inner ramp, pushing Ivy, close range AWPing from Fallen. This is where he really showed us what could be done with that weapon on the CT side of Train. But here we go then. The second map of the best of 3 could be the end of it for North as well. I don't see them winning this one, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. We'll see what they can bring to the table.
Can I just say that there's a sign up the top of the stairs leaving CT spawn that I've never been able to decipher. There's one that has like a train crossing with a little exclamation mark, and then there's one that's like, what, don't high-five ghosts? I don't... I'll see if the observer gets a chance. We'll see if they can get a look at that. I want to know what chat thinks it means.
We're going towards inside, but it looks of things here. 5 players, 4 North in the brown halls, and they have a smoke, presumably used for low ramp or connector, depending on which way they're inclined. But the problem is we do have 2 SK players waiting for them. That's going to be Fur and Taco. Taco is watching towards the upper ramp, trying to bait in his teammate. But North might have a decent run of this one. They get the first frag required, but Taco is fighting back.
Taco backs off after getting a dink. Another Goosh, just it is in the pistol, no hide armor. He goes down to 9. Almost on 15, but they've got the man advantage. Bomb planted, Valda. He's going to try and strike aggressively to hold them off as long as possible while that bomb ticks. He's done well to pick up a single kill. He's got information as to where the rest of them are, but he's not sure how to play it. This is quite clever, because they've just spotted him, and he's able to get behind them. He's actually outplayed them, outthought them in the 1 split second by which he had to do so. He slides up undetectedly, and it's Phelps that will eventually find, but again, it buys more time, it buys more space. Fallen with the kit, however, and the smoke gets found. Phelps gets Cajun in return, but Config's the man who shut the round down, and I think he's done enough. Even with the kit, it's too late. They'll win it. North go up 1-0.
Phelps there, happy to get the final frag. Knew he couldn't win the situation, but 3 kills in total gives him an extra $300 per kill. An inside play there from North. Very simple execution towards the upper ramp and lower as well, using that 1 smoke. And Valda, he pretty much wins around single-handedly there, just dancing around the train, surviving for so long. They couldn't take him down. Decent damage done by the North side when they entered the bomb side as well, headshotting 2 players, meaning the SK had to wait for the rotations before challenging for those frags. And it will be a North victory on the pistol round. But they did that on Cobelstone as well, and things went horribly wrong in round number 2. They arrive at the same juncture here. It's going to be Fallen with the scout. A couple of deagles to work with. Taco, no armor here. He could be the secondary AWPer on this map. They have been mixing things up between Fallen, Cold Zero, and Taco in terms of the secondary AWP role. Nothing really to report as of yet. Full default for the North side. Valda watching towards Ivy, and Fallen trying to get that first pick, of course, towards main entrance.
The scout for Fallen. Don't rule it. Or discount it. It's tagged, Fallen down to 42. It looked like he landed a shot onto Valda, but it apparently did not. AZ and Valda, therefore, continue on to find kills. So too does Cajun B. Goes the last alive 1v5. A little damage done. 5 damage done. See if Taco shows us the sign. Okay. See, the lower one?
Yeah.
Don't high-five Ghost? I don't understand. Because the hand, the high-five is in front of the no symbol, but the Ghost guy is behind it.
Well, we'll put it out to public vote, work out what it means.
I think that's a good idea. Yay, democracy.
Well, force by not really working out for SK Gaming whatsoever. 2-0 for North, has to be the full EK now for the Brazilian side. Not the best start they could have hoped for on Train, but very, very early days.
That's perfect. What could that possibly mean, Henry? In all seriousness. Train crossing, okay, that one's fair. I get that.
I don't know. Are they linked? The two signs?
I don't know. I once took a design class because I went to art school and we had to do design as one of our classes, and they talked about the importance of good shot AZ. Very good shot AZ to find Fallen. The importance of quick communication and how imagery is important for the lack of language. You know, if someone speaks a different language.
Sure.
That sign would have failed that class.
Yeah.
That would have absolutely failed.
I have no idea. I'm looking at it now. I couldn't work it out. But we should probably focus on the task at hand.
That is the task is figuring out the sign, Henry.
Well, North, bit of a bonus round situation. They do get 2 UMPs there and 2 players on about 7 grand as well. This could be Cajun being AZ, farming a lot of cash there in the second and third round. Orb comes out for Fallen just about, glass cannon, but he is very, very good with the AWP, especially on a map like Train. Get boosted up towards the connector, but it will be the inside execution. I do like these sort of rounds. From the first gun round, we know the CTs are weak. They can't necessarily hold off full execution. Drop everything you've got, all the smokes and Molotovs, and see if you can get in towards the bomb site here. Convict throws over his AK after taking a nade to the face. Gives it to AZ, I believe. Attacker now to defend as the flashbangs start to come through.
Good shots through the smoke from Taco. Only gets one, though. He's overwhelmed. He's able to slide in the lower ramp. AZ, Cajun going down, is able to trade it back and do one better. He'll take out Fur as well, but although they're in a 2-on-2, the bomb is not yet planted, and the HP is dwindling away on the north side. AZ is going to continue to push, try and catch them off. 19 HP, wrong direction in which he looks. Means Cold gets a free shot to the side of the head.
Phelps has pushed all the way back round towards CT spawn now, to dropping a decoy at lower ramp as well. He's trying to funnel him towards a connector. He seems to be very aware of all the possibilities at this point, trying to deny the outside plant, gets himself into a very sneaky position here, and he should win the round single-handedly. A Config knows this could be a possibility. Goes towards backtracks now.
Yeah, this is the one thing that kind of foils it. You're right. If he goes toward A, it's perfect positioning from Phelps and a good read. The fact that Config is elected to go all the way back through CT is almost a reverse. It throws another curveball into it. Now, the question is, does he find Cold's position?
Yeah, with time ticking away, he could have gone towards the upper ramp there, but 10 seconds now.
Yeah,
he might get the plant here still.
Well, he's got to sprint it is the problem, and he's going to be heard. Yeah, Cold's already turned around and has the M4, but he won't get the angle. You're right, he will get the plant. I thought he'd go for the open plant as fast as possible. Dies immediately after, fair enough, but gets the bomb down. So an effort for North that'll give them a bit of money. And with the first 3 rounds going their way, that means they'll be able to buy into the next round as well.
Decent attempt, though, by North. They had 3 AKs and 2 UMPs there, left in the 2 versus 1 for Config. A nice approach from him. Could have been deadly in terms of the timings, but gets the bomb down there, keeps the money nice and strong for the North side, and they know they've kept CTs relatively modest there. Fallen will get his AWP back, but we still have just about a full buy for SK Gaming. AK sell for Phelps as well. And we're going to number 5 here, North giving up the first gun round. But like I said, now they have the AWP and 4 AKs themselves. This is where the game really begins, and a chance for them to reset SK.
So they obviously did have enough. You're right, reset definitely there. They had enough money to buy into this one anyway, so actually that bomb plank goes a little bit further because they've almost got money left over for an additional buy after this as well. It's a very strong start for North, giving themselves as many chances early on as possible. A little movement from pattern from Config as he slips by, takes some damage, and then hugs the train to make it a little bit further into the site. But unfortunately, he's lost Cajun B. Does mean, with a flashbang through the smoke, he's quite far in. I actually think he spotted one on top of Ticket, but didn't realize it because he was snapping around so quickly. But he will get a free kill as they walk in. Config takes down Cold. I think he gets some team damage immediately after, as they go into a 2 versus 2. Bomb to be planted, open side of the train. Taco will be the first to arrive to get back inside of the site. He goes down. He's the one with the kit and all the utility. Fallen is the AWP and no armor.
Yeah, not looking too good from at this point. 2 players to find. No utilities to help him out at all. Looking like to be a North reset here. Fallen might want to consider saving the AWP as time ticks away. Almost has no chance of winning the round at this point. Hoping to take one of the players down, but will indeed save the orb. So North, this is much better now. They've already equaled as many rounds they got in the first half of Cobelstone. Now they've gone one better as well. Fallen looks like he might actually be dropped here as well. Config can spot him. Finds the headshot. He'll die as well, but that's not a huge deal at all. He's got lots of money to work with there. Fallen's got nothing. This could be a double eco sort of territory for SK here. 4-1 for North on the T side of train, bouncing back. But that's the thing with SK. You can never really count them out of any situation on train. Even if they lose the half, they'll be flying back into it in the second. But nice shots from Config. Low HP across the board. All these kills. And he finds headshots. Forced buy from SK. Said it's a double eco regardless. So coming in with some CZs, PT50s. Coldzera with utility and a UMP. Try to go for that aggressive lower ramp play. I did say that'll be coming in at some point. Nothing found as of yet. Watch out for Fallen in the lower ramp as well. He loves to push that lower ramp aggressively and try and find the first pick. Everyone knows he does it as well, but he always seems to hit the shot.
Does this time down. As Valda and MSL get the first 10 opening kills. Phelps to trade on to AZ, but that's all they receive as Phelps is quick to go up the ladder behind them. Shut down by MSL. It's Fur to push from the lower ramp and hope to catch them off, having their attention pulled back that other direction from his teammate. Meanwhile, Cold out toward Ivy is able to find Valda on entry. UMP does the trick, but only for one. Config, good positioning, good read, good shot on an AK. They're not done yet, though. Fur's able to bypass the AWP of Cage and smoke in front. Nade out, he'll get away as well, meaning the AWP doesn't have the shot, and picking up an AK. He's the threat, he's a factor. 47, no kit, and bomb planted at the outer site. Dare say it's a bit far of a reach for Fur, especially with the position of Config inside of the control room.
If he had a kit, maybe there's a chance, but 2 kills to find and that bomb to defuse and one of the most notoriously hard sites to retake in the game, I don't think it'll be happening. There's too many angles to check and too many positions for North to hide within. Bomb ticking away. Fur hoping he can maybe take a couple down with him, but this is looking very good for the North side now. Bouncing back and then some. We did think Train would be the end of them. Fur watches towards Ivy, misses the shot. He'll just be trying to survive at this point as well. Couldn't find the shot on Cage and B. He survives as well, but both of the North players do at the same time. They've got so much money to work with after this round. AK pretty much on every single player. Number 7. After that force buy as well, SK can't really do much going into round number 7 here. They have to save the AK, get some PT50s out. It is for Fur, though, one of the most aggressive players in CSGO. Likes to go for flanks and audacious pushes. We'll see if he can bring anything to the table here as he heads towards main entrance. Looks like a full inside rush from the North side.
Go down by MSL. Continue to push up with the MAC-10. The single AK from Fur saved over has not done much in the round. Backs off, in fact. So too does Fallen and Phelps, so they'll give up yet another. North's going to go up 6-1. Great start on Train, considering we just said SK. This is their better map. We thought it was Cobble that gave North a chance in this game. More money for MSL. I've got an answer.
Okay.
The sign is an old German sign that means no access for unauthorized persons. It's not very indicative of that, and not only that, the map's not located in Germany, so way to go, Valve.
Well, we have some answers at least. Well, that was the eco for SK, a rush inside from North. Always a bit of a gamble there, but hitting the first 2 shots at the MAC-10, leading the charge there in the hands of MSL. He gets 2 frags, and there it is, 6-1. SK Gaming struggling somewhat on what we thought would be a walk in the park for them. Money available once again, coming out the double orb setup I believe they wanted to. Single for now, money's not exactly amazing. Fallen 2 for 6, and still very early days here. They could still come back and win 9-6 right back. Occasion beat out Orb himself, and we'll see if he can go toe-to-toe with Fallen. Wants to play right now. Coldzera setting himself up at Ivy. Could go for that aggressive peek we normally discuss. Looks like he'll be boosting Fallen up on the server. And he gets his head completely blown off at the very start by Config. Through the smoke as well.
That's quite good. Good read. Great read. Config pre-firing the angle, perhaps. Didn't quite catch it all the way up from his perspective. Just got to it at the end, but Phelps is going to try and push up to compensate for the loss. And a loss that would mean, if it continues this direction, a 7-1 lead for North in exchange of what was the lead the same for SK on the first map. T-side as well. Not a bad start on Train at all against one of the world's, if not the world's best Train team. Phelps gets into the pop dog position. He'll wait down below to see if anyone's going to enter. MSL has blown out the windows above, so he'll know he's there. question is, how does the exchange go and transpire? Because MSL can't really get aggressive, which doesn't favor Phelps because it's the bomb in his hands. Oh, if he went up now, though, the nade's out. There's no way he ever would. That's a huge risk, but the timing could have been there. Jump across. They'll have spotted him. They're going to try and push back. He's got a Molotov behind him, which was bounced off and very cleverly thrown to lock him in position. One's going to join up in the fold as well, give up on Ivy, and thankfully, so too of the terrorists. So it's an all-out attack on the front side of the ace site. A brawl. Smoke down means he can't even consider the back angle. So Fallen puts his attention firmly onto him, and finds MSL walking in. Phelps tries to do the same. Again, trying to square his angle, read it right, and a second kill as he gets Volda. SK now have a two-man advantage and can start to relax into the round as Phelps and Fur will close it.
Phelps looking very good once again. He was lights out on Cobelstone, finds 3 kills in round number 8 there as well. North with the default into outside execution, but Fallen, he takes down that first shot. And that's after config. Blew off the head of Coldzera as well towards that IP position. I'm sure we'll get a look at that momentarily. It's Phelps from the Pop Dog doing a very good job from that area. 3 kills in total, and Fallen finding the first as well. So nice work. 6-2 and 4 players surviving for SK there. So some money saved up, at least a little bit, but still a lot of work to do to get back into this game. North still with a considerable lead.
He's just going to work his way past the lower entrance with his 2 teammates. Config MSL to upper. Taco was overwhelmed the last time. They pushed from both directions and sides. Phelps is going to try and help him, but they've already dropped in. Spots one, doesn't shoot, wants to try and use discipline, but MSL's already spotted, and AZ's closer than Phelps would have expected, so he's able to get the kill off the communication. Bomb planted, man advantage again for North. It's another reset situation for SK, so call has to be made very early if they go or save, because if they save, they can buy into the next. They've got enough to force. They've got 2 kits, and they've got an AWP on Fallen, and Cold with the opening kill will encourage the retake, but Valda is in prime position to flank, and the flank will be enough, and it won't be a save. It's going to be all 3 going down surely. Fur found by Config instead.
Inside play this time from North, and it works out very nicely indeed. Aggressive with an upper ramp position. They seem to have a read on SK setup here. It's normally Taco on the upper ramp, and he hides quite passively at the top of the upper ramp, waiting for rotations there. They push him down after splitting off connector, flashing through, and just isolating him at the top. Once they take him down, they've already pushed through. They have great positional control of the inside bomb site, and they managed to overwhelm it. And as you said, it's a reset round, and it will be SK with not a force buy here, but Max 7s, Deagles, and CZs, and keeping 4 players alive in the round they did win means they can buy up in the next. But Taco, he's looking to win this one as he finds the first frag towards lower round for the CZ. It will be a 5-on-4 now, but he has got that shotgun towards Pop Dog, probably the best position for it. Chance for SK now. And North, they'll slow things right down and just allow Cajun B to have some time to find the next pick here, potentially. Holding all the main showing points, looking towards Ivy. That's Valdo, who's boosted up, looking in that position. Occasionally using that tight little gap to try and hopefully find another opening pick here, but not giving anything away as of yet on the SK side.
Molotov.
Yeah, that's the one that's used to Molotov on top of Pop Dog.
Exactly.
The room.
Yeah.
And it means I'll have to fall back there or stay real close range.
Well, that second Molotov, the addition of the second is going to mean he's got to leave. Did they fail the second one or not throw it?
Well, it hasn't landed on the roof, so maybe they won't go for that, but...
Yeah, no, it failed. It's landed directly above.
Ah.
It didn't make it down. So the plan was to put 2 there, so he had to leave the room, but they failed the second Molotov. Ooh. Still, though, Coldzera is able to get Config, and then it's AZ that responds. Good 2 kills for him on the AK. It should have happened sooner, though, against pistols, because he's the only one left, and he's tagged to 4 HP, and downed in the end by Taco. No question they failed the Molotovs, but
yeah,
it's
that's
still
right.
SK that wins it.
Well, one made a difference, but I guess it made things a little bit more chaotic for them. They thought Pop Dog would be clear with those Molotovs being deployed, but Coldzera with the CZ. Oh, goodness gracious. That is quite magnificent by him. It's going to be a timeout now called by MSL. A chance just to calm down and work out what the problems were there. And in terms of their money, it's not in a fantastic situation. That's actually a reset for them as well. So SK Gaming did the impossible. Just some CZs and a Mag 7. Managed to get himself right back in this game. Overall scoreline 7-3. As AZ couldn't get it done in the 2 versus 1 situation. Got dinked very early on and then kept the full back. Just a note as well, we do have Rugger behind North, and this is a new coaching rule for DreamHack Masters, meaning that the coach can talk within the freeze time. Now, 20 seconds beginning of each round to give his input and maybe help with things like tracking economy, working out whether executions was the right time to deploy those, and generally determining basic input. It won't be mid-round cornering, of course, but it's a crutch for the in-game leaders to fall back onto at the start of each round. So MSL down to the Tech 9, Cajun B with the AWP. As you can see, in terms of utility, not great as well. 1 minute 40, they have 2 smokes remaining, a couple of Molotovs. The Cajuns really have significant impact here, but AZ, being brave towards the brown holes, does manage to get towards upper ramp, negating any CT presence here for now. This could be another inside execution.
Gets close, this time playing with Taco inside of the B site. Phelps to rotate early. Fur able to find the first one as well, but goes down to MSL. Taco switches his sides of the train. Needs to be cautious of the fact they're above him. Smoke out, he gets found. Config sprays him through the spool. That leads to his demise because it's Cold Zero that's able to locate him immediately after as Cajun walks in, AWP in hand. Continues to look, bomb down, fires the first shot. Again, that gives his position away, and Phelps is able to trade off, but he's a step too far inside of the doorway.
Yes,
and
indeed.
They're clawing back now. 4 rounds, SK, 3 in a row. Make it 7-4.
North with the force buy in the previous as well. That was Phelps once again giving us a masterclass with the M4A4. He really seems to be warming up into this tournament. Lovely positional play. Great aim as well, and the double AWP setup comes out finally. Like I said, Taco, he seems to be the secondary AWP to fall in these days. It was Cold Zero for so long. Such a formidable duo, but now it's the full eco for North. Good grenade there. It's going to be Fur. Inside player, that MP9 once again does love this weapon, and it might elude him once again, but of course it doesn't. 2 kills there to open things up, and he's given the call to his teammates as well. Taco starting to hit shots with the AWP, and it will be MSL, the player who has the impossible task of trying to get the bomb down, but it does not happen. Taco gets the job done with a silenced USP. So, round number 13, Money starting to stabilize once again. Another timeout called by MSL. So on these kind of rounds, when you know the T-side are calling a timeout, Matt, you can kind of work out they'll probably try and change things up. We've been doing a lot of defaults so far, a couple of inside executions. I think there's an outside execution once so far. If I'm SK, I'm using this around to go aggressive. This is when I'm sending Fallen at the lower ramp, or I'm pushing 3 towards Ivy or something like that. I'm trying to foil whatever plan they've got in mind and try and just shut down any sort of tactic they're bringing to the table with. That's what I'm doing on SK, but obviously it's a bit of a mind game. MSL could want them to think that he goes for another inside rush, which has been working out very well for him. But round number 13, you're absolutely right. SK getting back into this now, winning 4 of the last 5.
Fallen has the spawn that's actually closer to Ivy.
Yeah, he could push all the way out of Ivy and try and go for that first pick.
Taco has the other op. He could have pushed the lower ramp, as you were suggesting Fallen do, but sits back instead.
Yeah, he's still with that shotgun style AWP. He sits on the lower ramp itself and looks for any players crossing over, try and get the first pick. So no hyper aggression coming in from the CTs this time, as I essentially speculated there, but still looking for the first pick. Minute 25, and MSL and Co. once again showing presence towards inside. That's where the bombers as well. Need to be very careful. That could have been the bomb going down, but MSL aware of that possibility. Flashes off the AWP, and now they have inside control once again.
These are the brown holes to work with. Cajun backs down toward T-spawn. MSL gets closer, but Phelps and Fallen together at Pop Dog. With Phelps being aggressive and Fallen on the AWP, remember they have been throwing that Molotov. It's been 1 for 1. 1 for 2, I should say, in success. 1 fail, 1 landed. That would force Fallen out. He's 1 step ahead, though, as he's already considered that. Rotated back out toward the E-box instead. Giving over the AWP to Cold Zero based on his HP, and he continues to watch out toward Ivy, which they give passively. No smoke down. Through the wall, does make contact, but it's not a kill. Now they know exactly where the AWP is, but they still don't deal with it well because they walk in, give Cold the angle, and he goes and finds another one to get Cajun B and AZ. 1 from main and 1 from Pop Dog. Cold with just the 8 HP. Looks to be enough to shut them all down as Config's the next in line. Maybe giving up the AWP due to the HP was the right call.
That was definitely the right call. What a performance that was from Cold Zero. As we build up at the beginning of this round, he was the secondary AWPer for SK Gaming for so long, and you can see why. 8 HP and just shuts it down completely. Hits every single bullet there. Not a single missed shot. That's so sick. Just what his team needed to keep them inside this game. 7-6 now and another eco for North. My goodness, that was good.
Nade down to A main, but it's a little late because Config's already in the site. They may not anticipate it. Now Fallen does. Definitely does. Squares off with the AWP, gets a kill, falls down, gets MSL. Cold's not the only one that's going to get kills with the weapon. Slightly less significance in this round based on the economy. Good shot, Cajun B. He follows it up as Fallen misses his shot. Still making it expensive, but we're about to head to round 15, and there will certainly be money on the SK side, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah, plenty of money.
Honey.
Yeah. And the AWP comes up occasion once again. 4 AK-47s. At what point are you giving Alex his birthday present, by the way?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll
think about it.
Waiting till tonight, maybe? When you both go out to your room?
Yeah, I didn't buy much this year.
No, just kept it a little bit modest this time?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fast play from Config. Flashbang's coming through, and it's going to be, a bit of a bloodbath to kick things off. Config pushes through the smoke. Zero takes him down. Still an equal exchange for now. 3-on-3. Taco with the AWP this time as he holds towards inside. But Valda finally showing some form now as he takes the advantage for his team, but not for long. Now it is the 2 versus 1. Taco on the retake. Got the AWP to work with here, but needs the no-scope.
Yeah. Giant gun barrel sticks around the wall. So 8-7 North. We're up 7-1, however. So to end this half at 8-7 is, as you would say, Henry, a hollow victory.
Yeah, I guess so, considering the kind of lead they had. And the 7-2, you'd think that they'd run away with that game, but what can you do when Cold Zero's having rounds like that? Phelps very good as well. 17 kills of Cold Zero to finish things off. Fallen only on 6. That's an underperformance, I think, on the CD side of train for him. He's normally very, very good. He normally is the talisman of this map, and he's really dynamic and going super aggressive. Didn't really see any of that aggression from SK Gaming. A lot more passive, but I guess the money wasn't really ever on their side. You have to have a really strong start to start bringing in that really kind of flamboyant play style of pushing everywhere and trying to find the first picks and shutting down your opponents. But we'll have a look for the North bragging totals. Well, Valda, another quiet game from him. 7-10, bottom of the scoreboard for North. AZ a little bit better, 11 kills for him. Very influential towards the inside bomb site. Lots of aggressive and isolating play from them. Never sell. Looks reasonably happy with that. 8 rounds on the C side is absolutely fine, but this is SK on train. It's never done until it's done. We'll see whether they can win the pistol here, make it 2 for 2. We'll see what kind of buy comes through for SK. 2 smokes, 1 Molotov. Suggests we will head towards inside. The Molotov especially means when you have the inside plant, obviously use that to push back any CTs. But Valda has got to smoke himself, so that will be useful in that particular scenario. They do push towards Ivy there, but look at Cold Zero's position. This has got to be the dirtiest thing I've seen in a while. Oh no, goodbye.
Oh!
What?
Oh, Henry.
How's he done that?
Henry calling a spade an ace or a heart. Getting it a little bit early.
Oh,
that's pretty good. I saw him turn last second of the X-ray, and I was like, oh, he's got this. Cold would have had no idea. Boot on the other foot. AZ and Cajun as well. Looking to find a second pistol round. 5 up, 1 to go. Fallen does pick off a single kill. That's exactly what he wants to do. Plant, hold it, get it, and die. Surely there's one behind him by now. Good read. Config does get the kill. That's pretty sneaky of Config to find that first pick.
Sure, you check it, but surely you don't hit the shot that quickly. That's nuts.
Cold's probably confused.
Yeah. Maybe they've watched the demos and realized that's a common trait of Cold Zero to sit there when they head towards inside. Here's the replay right now. So, yeah, I guess he did spot his knees just before he commits to the corner. But bomb doesn't get planted. No kills coming in, so I doubt the force buy comes through in the second round. It'll be AKs in the third. But North now going 2-on-2 for the pistol, at least for Train. They want a single pistol on Cobelstone. And SK Gaming probably heading towards inside here. It's a good position to go. You're normally guaranteed the plant, even on full ecos, because as long as you get one trade, it's very difficult to CT to deny plants here. Holding inside will be Valda and MSL towards the connector. MSL with the M4A4. They have 1 flashbang here, so they'll get us off in position, maybe towards lower ramp. Flash will come over in about 5 seconds' time. Then they'll go all in. If MSL can find 2 kills, the plant probably doesn't come through, but he is fully blind now, so they'll get closer to the bomb site. Valda to hold them off, and maybe they will deny the plant. Good chance of it. Valda lights them up. Good job there. Decent hold from North, but the AKs will still come out in the third round here.
AK's third round. Fallen. That all comes down to his split decision to plant. Thinking ahead. As they play from behind. 3-round deficit. Incendiary from AZ to A main, and they'll make the same choice of putting out early utility at long. Config pushes through it. This is quite a good angle. Yeah. They check it, not at all. Shoulder shows, but he fires early. Phelps goes right back into it, tries to re-peek the exchange, and he's still sitting at the ready.
Taco's been tagged up as well. Config with a lovely play. That smoke gives him a little bit of a one-way situation, considering he's in the tight corner. The smoke just in front of him as well. He's not expecting that, and it's a 5-on-4 right at the beginning of the round. Perfect stuff by North. Considering they had a UMP and a scout as well, knowing the AK is coming through, it's Config trying to get that early advantage. Gets it, doesn't even get punished for it at all. Still with 100 HP, flashbang to Worker as well. And like we said, Taco, he's down to 30 points of health as well. 1 minute remaining now. Do have 4 smokes for SK Gaming. In terms of their map control right now, it looks like an outside execution. Smokes to be deployed from the pop dog room and the dumpster. And I doubt a fake happens here, as there will be commitment towards outside AZ and MSL to defend, but they've got decent crossfires here.
Decent indeed, but it's opened up in the middle because there's no one watching the backside. As Fur, he took down MSL. That left AZ in the open. He's got Config. So this is all him in this round. He's got 3 kills. That's opened up the bomb site for the plant. Falda will eventually burn Cold Zero. But they've still got work to do on the north side. Kits for both. But a scout and a UMP in what was intended to be a carried over round. Falda getting ever closer to position. Knows Taco's above. Fur's low enough, but has the angle. That's 4 or 5.
Yeah, all of low HP as well. He's done a fantastic job here for 4 kills. I think the majority were headshots as well. KGB now with the scout. I was about to say he only got the scout, but he does find a frag with him. And he's just trying to keep the money as low as possible for the SK side. Certainly not established yet.
Fur's going to go down to the bomb just to get the ace. Just to get the... Oh, he doesn't. Backtracks. He's far enough away at 25. I thought that was within the radius. He only goes down to 18. So ace and stays alive. Not bad.
That's not bad at all. Ace for Fur. After they lost their first frag as well. Here's the replay of Fur finding all the frags there. We said that crossfire looked decent, but the flashbang's so on point for SK. He starts hitting every single shot there. Great positioning and great aim, of course, as well. Will be a buy here from North. 4 spies you will, considering we've got 2 UMPs available for AZ and MSL. KGB still has the sniper rifle, but not looking too great for them. They've got 1 kit. That's in the back pocket of Config there. Default, 2 players fast towards the end of Ivy and Fur. He finds his 6th frag in the last 2 rounds. KGB to defend. Can't hit the shot, goes down to 50 points of health.
He's blind again. They're in the open at the front of the site. This time he's able to win the exchange, but it's Cold that slides in and takes the same angle. Cajun shut down Phelps, however, with the AWP. All it is one better. It's all falling apart again for SK. Cold's down. Taco as well. Walk in. MSL makes up for the position last time. They pretty much ran the exact same crossfire, by the way.
Yes. But this time, working out a lot nicer there for North after losing the first frag at Ivy as well. 5-on-4, it's KGB to hit a couple of shots, and then those UMPs come to life, close range at the pop dog position. Timeout called by Fallen this time. What's the play? 11-8, 4 spy into this. It could give North the window of opportunity to close out a second map here. Take the eco. It'll build their round totals, but you have a chance to come back into it with the full gun round. Rugger now, the coach, as we discussed before, will be giving his input as to what he thinks they'll do. He'll be tracking the economy more so than MSL will, looking at the lost bonuses and tracking when bomb plants go through. I think it's the force buy though, Matt. I can see Phelps going all in, down to $0. Same story for Fallen as well. Scouts, Deagles, CZs, Tech 9s, an eclectic buy. And we'll see if it works out for SK here. Yeah, I've got 4 smokes to work with here, so they're going over the full execution. I would say it looks like it's going to be towards the inside bomb site.
He's ready to go through the smoke. No damage in between everyone on the SK side. Shouldn't necessarily say everyone, that's a bit misleading. But in between the 2 players on entry is Fallen and Phelps now get in position. So utility and go. Get the bomb plant down, hope for the best immediately after, but primary objective is get the plant in as fast as possible so they can overwhelm and swarm like a pack of hungry dogs with pistols as MSL looks both ways. Good flash, counter flash at that as he sprays down 2 AZ was able to get just 1. They lost the first kill to Fallen, but the bomb plant will not happen, will not come through, and that's going to cost them as Cold hits 1 shot on AZ. Unfortunately, he's the last alive. It's 1 versus 2. He's still got a chance. Despite only having a scout, he's got the movement and motion. Unfortunately, not the position, as Cajun has the bigger of the 2 sniper rifles and makes it 12-8 for North.
It does indeed. That was the force buy from SK Gaming. They're deploying all the smokes and trying to get the frags there, but AZ and Co holding on. Definitely wasn't the most comfortable rounds there for the CTs, but they got the round on the board. That's the most important thing. Regardless of how many players stay alive there, they know they're up against the full eco now as we hit to round number 21. Decent idea from SK, but no bomb going down means next round won't be the best of buys either. They'll have to bring PT-50s and Glocks into this round. Almost guaranteed now for the north side. They'll have an aggressive player in the form of Valdo towards upper ramp here. Nice disciplined play. Like I said, he's a bit of a rock for the north side. Can be aggressive, but knows when to fall back as well and to stay alive. Looking at the bigger picture. Trying to do what he can there with the PT-50. I think he dinked up Cajun B, took him down to 21 points of health, but overall, he's the player that goes down and North with the advantage. Quite a considerable one. So we have no armor, no nades, and no weaponry.
No anything. Shots in. AZ able to take down Fallen. Follows it up as Taco takes the exact same entry point. Oh, you jumped off a bridge? I'll do it too. Was that ever a question that ridiculed you? Like your parents discipline you?
Why, if your friend jumped off a cliff?
No, it was so.
You do it as well?
Well, yeah, exactly. So like you do something and you're like, well, I can't be in trouble because he did it first. Okay, well if he jumped off a bridge, would you do it? That was always the answer to that question with a question thing.
Well, I think that's ridiculous. Well, of course I wouldn't. That wouldn't make any sense.
Exactly. But it's the point of the question that just throws you off, right? Like, of course you wouldn't, but it's the... Well, when you put it that way, that's all they're trying to do, Henry.
5 AKs now for SK. The last chance saloon, really. I didn't think we'd see this kind of scoreline in favor of North. 13-8, and maybe the shot for Cajun B. They're trying to bait it out at that upper round position, but Cajun B still holding strong, but Valdes not so much. Taco takes him down, looking for that double frag, but Config deals with him. Still 4-4, making it 4-3. MSL and AZ chiming in, back and forth, but North looking still in a very good position here, and it's still down to poor old Phelps. Config completely wrecks on that round. 3 kills for him. He must be getting up there now. 24 kills and 12 deaths. It looks like this could be done. SK don't really have a response here on train whatsoever after dominating Cobelstone.
Yeah, shocked and appalled. Taco and Fallen 8, or 9 and 8, I guess, respectively. Kills for them. That's not what you'd expect, especially for Fallen, as you said. He's normally up and in charge on this map.
Yeah, so they're taking a very conservative approach once again, allowing North to have match point here.
Cold has 2 kills this half, by the way.
That's right, after looking great on the first.
It looks very good. Oh, Cajun starts off without the kill, but tags up onto Cold. So SK Gaming struggling on train. Not what I would have expected at all.
No, especially after they've played very well on Cobble. That's where I thought North had the best chance here. Cobblestone is SK's map. They haven't changed roster. They've been the same 5 for a while now. You'd think this would be a walk in the park from the Config completely shutting them down. MSL looked very good as well. Same story for AZ. So great news for North. We will go to the 3rd map.
Easy. Still looking down toward main. I won't call it 3rd map yet because we know SK are the comeback kings, but I think yeah, I got one foot in the door of the train. I'm just ready to hop off if it needs to.
On 3rd map will be Inferno, but here it is. Match points, 7 of them to work with here for North. That was the conservative approach from SK. Could have forced ball there and taken a bit of a gamble, but they're playing for overtime. 4 AKs, the AWP comes out. They are the kings of comebacks. All it takes is get to double digits. When it's like 15-10, then things start to become a bit uncomfortable. Danish teams in the past have been known to fail at the final hurdle. Let's see if they can hold strong here and close this one out. Ooh, fast play from Config. I like that flashbang.
Good shot in from Phelps. Config. Taken out immediately. This is a good start for SK. In a do-or-die situation, win every round if they want to end this in 2 maps. Taco finds Valda getting aggressive. MSL might do the same, might walk into the same angle. It's all going SK's way, perhaps a little bit ambitious and early to try and end it, although AZ and Cajun B are not having any of it. They'll bring this back to a winnable situation. Only a man down, low HP on Phelps. Step in, easy shot for AZ as he's already scoped down toward back alley. And they could pull this back, I should say. Force the round situation come back as Cajun now gets the kill. This is remarkable, I have to say. SK.
5 on 3.
Yeah, don't normally give up those situations, and it's 2 members, the slow-paced members on the team that are doing it.
Absolutely. 45 seconds remaining. Taco, not known to be one of the most lights-out clutches for the team. We'll see whether he can get anything done here. Finds the first kill, takes down Cajun. That's the orb dealt with here. AZ, looking for the third of the round, knows exactly where Taco is. Picks up the AWP, looking to finish things off. Great shot to finish it there. 16-8, who would have thought? Where Cobelstone is where they fall, they pick things back up and get it together for Train. 16-8 against SK Gaming. That's quite the performance. And now we move on to Inferno. North have a chance to close the series out. Could happen.
Yeah, I think that last round kind of epitomizes the entire game, and the fact that they lost a 5 versus 3 or 2 situation. MSL walks in and yeah, Train, SK. When was the last time you saw a performance like that from them?
Yeah, very damn. Like I said, there's nothing really impressing me whatsoever. Uninspired Counter-Strike. We didn't really see the aggressive stuff I was describing in the pre-game there. Didn't really chain things up. Didn't really have much of a flair to them at all. They seemed like Config was completely routing them every single opportunity. Every push he was doing, every single flank was working out for them. And yeah, second half is just stellar. Coldzera dropped off the radar as well.
Yeah, dropped off the radar. Considering he was at 17 kills in the first half and they came back from what was a 7-1 deficit, I thought, yeah, okay, this is it. SK is back in it. The train is rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Nice.
Puns.
He's been away. He's getting back together.
Well, once Humpty falls off the wall, no one can put him back together. So we'll take a commercial break. Maybe that'll help me. We'll see you in a minute.
It's what you've been waiting for.
These guys are on top of the world, and it's all done. Astrolus wins. IEM champions.
They want the trophy, and they've got it. NIP.
was actually doing. Instead of getting drunk, I was, yeah.
Sipping up the sunset in a state of undress. Feel like getting careless. Light me up the regrets. Are you looking at me? Pretty shoes on my feet. Are we gonna get flexy? Gonna walk so dangerous. Wanna jump into the rush. Sexual, we're beautiful. Gonna be forever young, playing dirty in the sun. We are beautiful. Kiss me like you mean it. You're my dirty little secret. 'Cause I'm feeling high, running wild. Do you wanna spend the night? You know you're gonna like it. 'Cause I'm looking at you. Gonna get you in your birthday suit. Get you gone when we're through. Gonna walk so dangerous. Wanna jump into the rush. Sexual, we're beautiful. Gonna be forever young, playing dirty in the sun. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. Are you looking at me? Pretty shoes on my feet. Are we gonna get flexy? Gonna walk so dangerous. Wanna jump into the rush. Sexual, we're beautiful. Gonna be forever young, playing dirty in the sun. We are beautiful. Gonna walk so dangerous. Wanna jump into the rush. Sexual, we're beautiful. Gonna be forever young, playing dirty in the sun. We are beautiful. Wear me down, weigh me down. Just give me anything. Forget the doubt. Let's sit this out. Just don't say anything. I pray you're not an empty shell. Keep faith, hold on to innocence. Don't say a word, they'll give us hell. My faith, the sweetest My faith, the sweetest dissonance. Can you?
Well, a third map you might not have expected after watching North get obliterated on the map we thought was their best chance. Cobelstone, they came back on train against SK. That's not something every team's capable of, and they did it with relative ease. They're back and ready to roll on Inferno after a 16-8 victory.
Yeah, a map they've potentially been working on in the player break. Who knows? That's quite the big victory for them, I have to say. And Inferno, they're no slouches on either. So they could actually win the series here. And SK Gaming could find themselves after that massive lead they had on Cobelstone, giving things up. I'm not so sure what will happen. SK Gaming will come back fighting in the third map, but still an exciting prospect all the same.
Yeah, very exciting prospect. And it was after us saying in map 1 that SK, oh, what an easy group they've had. They've only given up 9 rounds after 2 maps. Well, they now are a map away from having to play another match to see if they make the playoffs. Obviously, they don't want that. They want to be through early and as easily as possible, and obviously get a day off in doing so, by the way. Keep that in mind. You get to relax tomorrow as the rest of the groups play out, and then you can be into the playoffs in the arena.
They had a bit of a rough time in Cologne in the group stages as well. They managed to get through the playoffs, but it was still a little bit stressful for them. I think they got through in the final round.
Famously, teams who win typically have had, SK maybe less so, but Fnatic era. Fnatic used to be a slow-starting team in all their tournaments, and it's I think it was Thorn that said this, but it's been said in multiple sporting references. Teams tend to build in are the championship teams. You don't see teams that start hot usually going all the way through. That's domination. If they do, that's great. But it's the sign of a true team that builds into a tournament and peaks at the end. That's how you're going to win. So, again, it's groups. Make it through, hit the reset button, go from there.
Looks like we're ready to go. 9th round's already complete. It will be SK on the CT side here on Inferno. North on the C side, of course, and we'll have a look at their buy. No HE grenades, suggests nothing fast towards the B side of the map. 3 sets of armor for North. 2 smokes, flashbangs as well. So it could finish up towards the B side, but it won't be straight away. Phelps going aggressive towards top and middle, trying to find that first pick as he looks towards the T-steps. And for now, Phelps looking in towards second middle as well, backed up by Coldzera.
Backs off after making contact. In toward Boiler, so they know there's one there. Phelps will play over at Arch. It's Fur and Fallen that'll wait at B with AZ Cajun. I was about to say Config, Cajun, excuse me. Inside of Banana, and slowly Volda and MSL will head that direction as well. That indicates to me with Bomb in their possession that they want to go toward B. That kill on Fallen will certainly confirm those intentions, or at least reaffirm them, because they set at the ready for execution. 2 smokes to be deployed. Spools and CT, those are your standard. Will that be the case? Certainly will. Leaves Fur inside of the site, needs to hit perfect shots, finds one. Able to reset his aim, but can't hit the second quite so swiftly. Config's able to put him down. Phelps will respond and dissolve back inside of the smoke to allow for a retake rotation from the A site, but it allows the bomb plant in doing so, and a 3-3 with post-plant positions established. Boost up. Phelps, smoke's gone. They're going to boost. They've got to do it now because he's got to be in position with the other player out of sight, out of vision. Otherwise, they're both sitting ducks, and Volda does take down Phelps easily enough. They're still in it with a shout as Cold and Taco both have armor. And some information as to where they're playing. It's pretty standard setup, to be fair. One out toward Banana for the immediate defuse situation. The last second chance, and then the crossfire set from both Emo and Nubox, and that's where it's going to end as Config gets the shot on Taco.
Good round from North there. Default at the very start, waiting for that CT aggression to come through. Finish up towards B. We did say they had 2 smokes there. Didn't anticipate the rush, considering they didn't have the HE grenade to stop any CT pushes at the start. Back towards B, smoking core, smoking city spawn, getting in there, finding the frags. There was Config with 2, and Valder and AZ to chime in as well. Looking quite confident there. We're going to run for 2 here, of course. And we'll be North with 1 AK-47 and 4 UMPs. In terms of the force buy, quite, I guess, a conservative approach from SK Gaming. They don't go all in here. Phelps, Fallen, and Fur without any sort of armor. Coldzera and Taco are all in with their CZs, but not much to work with here on the CT side in terms of grenades and firepower ready. Fallen just to the PG-15, no armor, so he'll be aiming for that AWP nice and early on. But North for now, all the same. They've got full banana control here. MSL and AZ towards outside of the map, smoking off towards CD spawn as well. Just trying to walk in and try and find the first pick. Spotting a deagle towards Coffins. I'll fall back for now. And the bomb's still down in second middle. They might be grouping up towards Banana here. Deciding to fall back here. Trying to get that first pick. That would be ideal. They know Phelps now lower an HP after config. Peppers in with the AK. And headshots that one.
Decently as well with the AK-47. Phelps falls inside of the pit. SMG and 1 AK. North, by the way, has won 4 out of 5 pistols. They were ecoed in the first game. The last game on Train, they won them both cleanly. Made things a lot easier for them, obviously. Valda and Cajun B look like an eco is the last thing on their mind in this round. Seems to be the case. Fallen and Fur will sit for exits. Peach 50 and Deagle, we've seen this before. They did the same thing on the first pistol, rather, excuse me, the second round after the pistol on Cobelstone as well. So they're at least thinking long term. Any small advantage. They know there's SMGs up as well, so no need to just run in and give away money.
Yeah, that's true. It's $600 for every kill the SMGs get. So might as well deny that. Don't allow the terrorist bank accounts to swell here. Save the Deagle, the PT-50. At least it's a decent sidearm. And into the next round, we're better than just a default USP. Valda, though, trying to shut that down as he goes towards the ruins. Finds one and the second as well.
Oh, we got it.
The last couple of milliseconds there, he gets it. And that will be the clean sweep. And lots of money farmed for him. And they can stay on their SMGs this round, knowing they're up against the full eco of SK. And that's going to be all 5 players surviving there for North. Fantastic start here on the T side of Inferno. Very similar to what we saw on Train in terms of their T side start there. Getting great pistol, then a nice anti-eco in the second, and then a clean run at it in the third. So we'll see if they can convert this to a victory now. Should be almost a lock-in. CD7, I think we've got all 5 players towards B.
Well, not quite.
Cool. There he is.
He just did that to throw you off.
Yeah, well, it really worked.
That's why you're not an in-game leader, Hank.
No.
Missed calls all over the place. Well, they're going to push the 4-man out toward Banana. They'll get 1 kill for it. MSL goes down. They want the gun by which he dropped to try and do further damage and just run around the corner with it, but they won't get that far. It's held by Cajun B. And all those kills on B means that even if it's a stack, they don't need to worry because they'll just go in toward the B site with bomb anyway, and Valda is able to find yet another kill, take down the, 5th player to get the 3rd round for North. So 3-0 start. We go into guns. Falling goes immediately onto the AWP.
Of course he will. Didn't have the best showing on Train. He's on 0-3 right now, but Inferno is another map that lends itself to aggressive CT AWPers. They can rotate around the map, middle, arch, banana, apartments, boiler room. They can do all sorts here and try and find the opening frags. But this is definitely a bonus round from North. They'll be keeping things fast and try to group up together. They go straight towards middle here, pushing the CTs back, but they find the first frag as well. Looking very good for the Danish side. Valda coming out of the apartments as well. Coldzera trying to fight back the best he can. He finds 2 frags, somehow gets 3. How has he done that from that position? And now he gives them a lifeline here. SK in the 2-on-2 as the bomb goes down.
Not bad for Cold, and the foot shows. Cajun's able to get Fur back, though. Bomb not planted, as you mentioned. Fallen has to do it all to make this work. Cold's efforts were all they had. AWP as well. No kits. Bomb inside of the site now is going to be planted. Kit may not be a factor in that he's this close, but it certainly puts a bit of pressure on him to find the shots and allows North to play longer and slower in each individual battle and peak. 1 in the pit, 1 on the box, by which Cold found the opening kills. That's going to be hard for Fallen to find both because he pretty much walks into a 180 crossfire angle, and Valda is able to get a quick kill. 4-0 North. They're looking good all of a sudden in this series.
That's the perfect call. Those are my favorite sort of first gun rounds there. When you get the 3-0, you've got SMGs up as well. You know the CD's forced one to that second round. You keep things fast. Let's just enjoy this play from Coldzera. I don't know how he got so many kills from there, but to be fair, they did go at him 1 by 1. But round recovered. No harm, no foul. The money's still fantastic here. Has to be an eco from SK Gaming. Just get up towards middle. That's what North did. Couple of basic smokes, 5-man unit, trading out frags, get the first 2. It was Config looking great once again. He was amazing on Train and continues that form on Inferno here. Deagles, a CZ and a PT-50. That's all SK have to work with, and they lose the first 2 frags. MSL going to town as he finds 2 at the banana area. 5-on-3, don't need to overcommit here. Calm down. Phelps, he's in CT spawn, with the B site is officially open for business here. North could just walk in, but they're biding their time. Want to check every single angle here. MSL goes in first. AK in hand, looks towards first oranges, but doesn't see anything just yet. Another smoke towards CD spawn, and this round is just guaranteed at this point. Nothing that SK can do to win this one. Open sight, very well done. Bomb will be planted, no kits, no nades, no weaponry. 5-0 for North.
Yeah, on T side, Inferno.
Yeah, indeed. Maximum loss bonus for SK next round. So they can bring out double orbs if they require. I don't think they'll do that straight away. Maybe it's like, maybe they will, considering they're 5-0 down. And you're usually bringing out the double orb setup when things get a bit desperate for you. And you feel like you need something to get yourself back into it. They haven't really had a full gun round as of yet. So we'll see whether they can get into a next round. But the money must be spiraling out of control for North right now. Cajun B, 9 grand after not even getting the win bonus yet. Bomb going off means you get $3,500 per player. On the T side, we'll have a look where they sit now. So yeah, $12,000 for Cajun B, 10K for AZ, 11 for Balder. You get the point, they've got a lot of money here. And the double orb setup does come out. This time Cobelstone and Fallen. Usually you have one player at Banana, one towards top and middle. Banana guy, the objective there is to be set up and left there by himself. So you can hold that car or barrel position, as it's now called, and allow 4 players to be on the A site. We'll see if that comes into fruition. That'll be the objective at least. Maybe not so much in this round. They're not really in a fantastic spot as of yet, but Cobelstone, he's towards middle for now. And Fallen will indeed be left alone at B. You can see falling back and having 4 players on the A-bomb side.
Fallen wants desperately to get the opening pick. As you mentioned, being 5-0 down, desperate times, they go double up.
Yeah.
Fallen falls back as he gets flashed off the angle. Didn't quite catch him, to be fair, but let's get back off of it. Config again, and Boiler didn't quite see that Taco was that close, and Taco spotted him jumping back, so perhaps his eyes were glanced upon either the radar or a teammate screen. Didn't see it either way. Gives them the 1-0 start they need in the round, the early pick, and funnels them back over toward B. That's going to be a rotation from Fur as a result of it to make sure that Fallen isn't left alone and caught off. He's good for one, surely on the op this time. Counter flash will slow them again. 49 seconds, lots of time still to work with on the north side. And the utility starts to dwindle further as they throw out what is the last smoke on the CT side. In fact, 2 of them to cover off the entrance. They're going to go anyway. They've got CT and they've got spools covered. Fallen on the op will have to jump high above this coffin or go through directly through to find AZ. That'll put attention onto him. This could bring Phelps back in with Fur to go for the crossfire, but they don't detect that MSL's gone through so cleanly. As a result, Phelps can't find his angle. Does manage to open up a gap. Now he's got a downfall to find in the sight. Good work from Phelps considering he lost his bait.
Yeah, he's been really good so far in this series. The 3rd map now. Another 3K for him, pushing from CT spawn. Looked very calm and calculated there as he found the 3 final kills. Bomb does get planted for North. The money will be in a fantastic spot still going forward into round number 7. But 4 players surviving for SK, keeping those double orbs up as well. Should be absolutely fine. And we'll have a look as to the buy coming in from North now. I presume they pick up the AWP once again. It will indeed come out for Cajun B. Need to be careful there. Sure, you keep 4 players alive, but still 2 of them down to $0 on the SK side. That'll be Phelps and Fur. We'll lose this round, $1,400 a player. Probably much have to eco either way. So, Fallen once again heading towards B, and Cobelstone makes his way towards the quad side, and we'll see whether he can get anything done. Not going for his opening picks just yet. They're not really established enough to start taking those sort of risks. Flashbangs in towards B, but oh my god, the double nade lands in the faces of the CTs there, both down to 50 points of health. That's lovely from North.
Yeah, it's not exactly great for the SK side, though, is it, if you're looking for them to replicate the success of the previous round. Fallen again, playing from a similar angle, firing into that broken wall. They're going to know his position. They're going to know he's on that corner. They've already naded it once.
Yeah.
AZ's not going to go immediately into the corner for obvious reason as well, knowing that that line is quite commonly sought after from the AWP on the CT side. He's slightly open to an angle where there's 3 players showing, has the shadow, has the pre-fire, but that pulls him back into the grasps of Fallen as he sinks the clutches in and gets the opening pick for the 2nd round in a row on SK's side.
Yeah, looking good now, Fallen. He's established a B as well. They'll leave him there by himself, and it looks like North will be fully committing to the A side of the map. The bomb in the apartments as well. This is the smoke. That's how it should be thrown. That goes in towards the arch itself. We did see that get thrown horribly yesterday, but this is looking much better now. MSL to find the first frag. Nails it as well. Takes down Phelps, and the flank comes through from Fur. Can't He can and have a fast-paced round this time from North. Looking like they'll be converting this one. Fallen does find one frag on MSL, but doesn't really have the justification now to go for it, considering his teammates so far away. North strike back there, back towards that A site, as we've had so much success getting decent mid-control. They've been struggling heading towards B since Fallen got the AWP. He seems to find that opening kill every single time. Say the 5-man unit, get up middle, drop the basic smokes and flashbangs, and allow Config and Co to find the frags. This time AZ, MSL, and Config chiming in the frags. And will be Fallen and Fur to save their weaponry. Oh, but man, it's such a horrible situation for them. 6-2 down. Sure, he's saving M4 and an AWP. He forced into this? It sounds like they are. And everything being brought up, so UMPs. I think 3 of those. And then the M4 and the AWP coming out. Fallen, a lot of pressure on his shoulders this time. Can't really afford to be passive here. He might go for the Fallen boost. We all know and love is on the corner of the banana bomb site. Indeed, it does come through. Right on the corner, and he'll stand on his teammate's head and look for anyone crossing over, but oh, he pulls up the smoke just at the wrong time there. Flashbang comes through, wants to pick, but he stands in fire. Can't hit the shot as well, punished by MSL. Shorty's double frag comes through, but Fur still alive, 24 points of health.
4 points. Nothing like a good old 2-4, but unfortunately he's drank them all. As he starts to walk in, that's not really what he was hoping for, I don't think. He was firing through the smoke, and as he strafed over, oh, guess what? Phelps is directly in my way. Up a little, clear that, get him out of my sight. And it punishes SK further because they're gonna get down 7-2 now. So North again are the team in the lead despite a very slow start in this series. SK need to dig deep. We didn't expect that as well. We talked about the player change, the lack of time to practice it. Valda was very slow in the first game, it has to be said, but he's at the top of the leaderboard again in this one at 9 kills. Config that led the way in the last map. So if he's going to step in and be one of the duo as Magisk and Config, sometimes we're not often together, but
yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Well, that was the force buy. Didn't really work out for SK. That'll save the CZ out of UMP, and financial turmoil starts to set in. 7-2 the overall score. North looking great here. There's AZ with that shot towards CD spawn as well. You're right, he's shooting in towards CD spawn to stop anyone crossing over from the spawn area itself, but ends up getting a free frag there, just in time. UMP for Taco, Cold Zero with the CZ, they've all had armor, but not going to do them much good against these AKs. Small bang damage being attempted at this point, not really working out for Config there, no one on the other side. So, D4 pistols to 3 of the SK Gaming members. Not much he can do here in terms of the setup towards B. It's Fallen and Fur with nothing at all to work with there. Config, he gets the first kill. That's one of the weapons saved in the previous round, and the armor.
Taco's going to try and push back into what has been Config's territory inside a boiler. Oh, he nearly got the chance to catch him looking the wrong direction down the hallway. But timing slightly off gives Config the shot onto Taco. SMG gone, so 8-2 North. T-side victory already established, accomplished, attained. Pick a word.
All of them work.
Thank you. Just showing that there's variety in word.
Yep.
On Inferno, though, for North, that's big. Actually, big's not here.
They're not, actually. But SK now, they've lost the half on the CT side. Don't have an abundance of cash to work with here. There's the first shot from Config. He's been pretty remarkable, I have to say, in the last few weeks for North. Seems ready for the new season. It's not officially a new season, but that's what everyone's calling it.
Well, there is a new Pro League season, so officially there is a new season in that way. But it is, after the player break, like we said. It's about the closest thing we get.
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh, look at you. You're a superhero.
Good eye.
Can you fly?
Good grief.
Once again for the Brazilian side, they're having a really rough go in the last couple of maps there. They look so good on Cobelstone.
Yep.
Now
Very
it's
good.
North fully in the driving seat here, and everyone's fragging as well. MSL 11 frags, same story for Boulder as well. Config 10. Everyone's just joining in and
it's not flashy. I haven't seen anything that blows my mind from North. There's nothing flashy or overly creative. It's just simply winning the duels. I will say I like the default. Getting config into Boiler every single time has seemed to be a bit of a menacing problem for SK. They've very rarely established any control of that position. And I talked about what that does. We talked about getting Banana early on a CT side, and then you can sort of rotate back to A. But going the other way of that, if you want to get information to get a third player to rotate back over to B early, you kind of have to have more information toward top middle, and they're not getting that.
Yeah. Well, for now, CZs, Deagles, another desperate eco for SK. We do have Fallen on the scout. He's towards Coffins for now. Gets a tag in on MSL, but all that really does is give away his position, or does it? Because AZ from the cubby hole manages to take him down there. 5-on-4 now. Lovely shot by AZ. One player on the B side. That's Fur. He lies in wait. Flashbang in hand. Hoping to do something with this round. Drops the flashbang. Doesn't really do that much. And AZ gets the second frag of the round. And the third as well. Lovely work there by the young Dane. 5-on-2, Coldzera and Taco in an impossible situation.
Impossible is nothing. Isn't that like an old Nike slogan or something?
Not that I'm aware of.
Adidas?
Possibly.
Okay. Don't they sponsor North?
Adidas, yes.
Adidas. Sorry, I forgot. That's how you say it.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Adidas. Aluminium. That's actually how it's spelled, so I'll give you that one.
Aluminum.
No. Taco, 1 versus 5.
Yeah, I don't think you can win this one, fortunately. Double digits for North. This could be a swift finish in the third map here. SK, they can probably buy into the next round. They'll take a pause. They've got about 5k per player. Timeout by Fallen. They need the 10-5 here. What I've seen so far, it's not really working out for them. Fur, 3 kills, 11 deaths. Similar story as well for Phelps. 5 for him, 10 deaths. And here's the shot from AZ, I'd imagine. Yep, take down Fallen. Got 3 in that round, looking very good indeed. Third was pretty spectacular. Double orb once again. And from what I've seen so far, it's been MSL just calling a really basic game. Nothing too flashy, no spawn splits or fakes coming through. Just has the objective and sticking to it. Config hitting the shots and that mid approach as well. Pushing through to smoke in middle with a flashbang. Smoking towards library. Flashing through, pincering from the apartments area. Hitting the shots required, and it's SK. They look a little bit weak here, I have to say. Falling with 5 kills. Started off very strong, but after that, hasn't really done too much for him. He was very quiet on train. Cobelstone is so good for them. This looks like a very fast banana approach. All 5 players just rushing in map. Fallen gets 1, taken down for the decent flashbang, but they don't commit. They could fall back here, but looking for the frag as North come through. Orange config to hit it.
Yeah, Orange 2 is a very tough position to play. Yeah, exactly that. It's such a wide, broad angle that you have to peek from, and config, excuse me, is able to back himself all the way to water and control the peak, so no chance that Fur was ever going to get out. New box, at least you can somewhat control the angle as they walk in. Not much you can do from there. It's AZ.
It's over.
Yeah. This is going to go 11-2. I'm kind of appalled by this. Did any of the analysts pick North? No, not on the desk at least.
I said they could win the first map, but I thought SK would win the series. So I got it completely wrong.
Wow.
So it was North win the first
Pimp's
round.
not on the desk, but what did he say? He's Danish. He probably was like North all the way.
He said 2-0 SK.
Oh, well, no one's getting trophy points this time. Taco, Fountain, not even really reacting as they walked around the corner. All group inside of the spawn by the tank, a tank by which they are running SK over with.
They are indeed. 3k per player now. They have to force by the last 2 rounds. No more ecos with the orb saved as well. Do what you can, boys, but this is looking bleak. After doing so well, 16-8 on Cobble. That's amazing. And SK just dropped off completely. Final buy comes through for the Brazilian team. It's going to be 3 UMPs, and M4 for Phelps, and of course, oh, not Fallen on the orb. It's Coldzera, in fact. Maybe a sign of things going wrong. I guess Coldzera maybe saved the weapon from the previous round, so he'll keep it. Holding top and middle for now. Hasn't gone super aggressive with that one, just watching towards Boiler Room now. Config has been such a menace for them. In that apartments area, refiring every single angle and not missing a shot.
Cold at the ready on the AWP. Primary, the only op in the round. No one on SK 14 rounds in has more than 6 kills. Not what you would have fathomed.
No, indeed. Well, Echo doing what he can here with the utility. Full mid control obtained by North once again. Which is probably fine, but they have been so good at committing to this A site, and coldzera and Co haven't really been able to hold it off at all. coldzera with the Augustine watching towards Arch. Looks like he'll have an opportunity to take a shot here. MSL on the other side, throws the flashbang though. Actually the smoke right on the corner. And you'll see that come up right now. coldzera has to fall back.
They're ready for a wrap on quad, but they've given up Arch. Yep, Cold realizes it late. They're a bit close, but he's found the first shot. Has to control re-entrance from Config, who jumps over top. Gets dinked up either way. It's just a pistol, and down goes coldzera in the pit. Cajun jumps down. Speaking of pistols, Taco's taken out. And the bomb is planted with ample opportunity to win the round still, with Config's position, waiting for Fur's arrival.
Shoves that PT-50 down his throat in the pit as well. 3-on-2. The retake begins, but no kits available. No. Are they just saving the last round?
They're going to have to.
It's over.
Is he? No, he's okay. So he's baited Config up by doing that, perhaps making him think he was going to save. And it's worked, because let's Fallen go a little bit closer. If that's a call by Fallen, I quite like it, but there's still lots of work to be done. Finding AZ not looking, nearly bypasses Cajun, because if he'd done so, the bomb was in the corner, and there was no access to it from the AWP. Fur is going to have to save for the last round. 12-2 for North. And forget your op, Cajun.
Wow.
I like how he doesn't go to the corner of the pit. No one's going to go there ever again. Thanks, Doja. You've ruined that for everyone.
Well, they got 16k on 3 players, so him losing the AWP, not a huge deal. 12-2. There's the shots from Cajun B. That did get a little bit dicey for them. You're right. I think they did try to bait out. They were saving by running towards spawn. Certainly gave them a winning opportunity, but Cajun B hitting that shot on your screen right now, that secured it. If he doesn't, potentially Fallen goes to the defuse there, but it would have taken 10 seconds. Final round of the first half. 2 rounds on the board for SK Gaming. AK saved in the previous round. With the maximum loss bonus, he can bring out a couple of M4s, some UMPs, and a reasonable amount of utility here. They need this desperately. It has to happen. If we have any chance of a game here, they need at least 3 rounds.
See if they can find a third. It's gonna struggle. Last 2 maps, they've got 10 rounds combined. Contrast, stark contrast to how this all started for them, including yesterday's game. Cloud9, the other team in this group, along with Boot. Cloud9's no easy task. North versus Cloud9 for a decider makes perfect sense on paper. SK versus Cloud9 does not, because we know that they're nemesis to each other at times. SK's often had the upper hand. They met in the finals of Cologne. They met in the finals of Brazil. I think they'd like to meet in a deciding group match for Malmo. All the backs his way up mid. They're already, again, controlling top middle. Another arch trap. Good find from Phelps. Ready for it this time. M4, one's already gone by. MSL spotted, I believe. So it should be a call to Fur, but he still has problems in Banana, and they're going to try and push through to get aggressive. If they can't claim both territories at once, might as well at least go aggressive on one. They're going to go by him in the smoke as well. He's gone back around. They're both in front. Good snap reads the fact MSL's pushed through, but down he goes. Can't respond fast enough. The HP is low on the north side. 8 seconds. They'll get the bomb plant in, and a smoke towards CT means Cold desperately sprays through, and Config, he's anticipated the rotation of Taco early enough to get inside of Banana as Cold, with no kit, walks in. AWP in the corner. This is tense for Cold. If they want the 3rd round, he's got to be quite swift and quick in his anticipation, walking further and further in. No peek from the AWP. Finds MSL, but he's got the read, he's got the angle, and he's got a 13th for North.
Really rough half there for SK Gaming, Matt. They went 5-0 down. That does happen sometimes. You force by in the second here, but this is looking like an instant lock-in for the north side. How do you come back from this sort of deficit? Just a shout-out Config as well. We've been gifted some stats here by DreamHack. They've given us a nice little tablet with everything we need to know on it. And apparently, Config has got 12 trade frags. So that means as soon as his teammate goes down, within 3-second window, he finds the kill in return. So that's a very impressive stat to have, and apparently 8 entry kills as well. That doesn't sound 100% right, considering he's only got 14 kills, but...
That's, well, but trades could be entries,
yeah.
I think is the point.
So if you make it go down, he still does that. Yeah, okay.
There could be
Makes
some...
sense.
I think in my opinion, if you're the second man in and you're trading off the first guy, that's still an entry in my opinion.
Sure.
You're still opening a site.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with that.
I guess it's like, it's a bot, isn't it? So it's difficult
Yeah,
to
exactly,
really
to
work out
quantify
what,
it, yeah.
So, but still, that's still 12 trades. That's really, really strong CS if you're getting those kills back as quickly as that. Good job by him. On your screen right now, has been going from strength to strength in this North roster. 13-2. I'm sure you're all aware that SK Gaming have to win the pistol here.
32 kills combined for all of SK after the first half. No one above 7 kills. Config and Volda combined for 28 on 14 each. Not bad.
Oh my god. Well, SK, what have you got? Smokes, Molotovs. Molotov used towards the top of B at the very start. The pushback, any CTs there, stopping the aggression coming through. That's successful for now. CTs do go back, and it's Config that's been headshot. One of the thorns in their side in the first half, and to be fair, throughout the series as well. SK will be finishing up towards B, smoking cores, and towards CT spawn, flashing over, and with a low HP Config there as well. They might be able to win this one as well. Occasionally he's rotated over, and he's gone down.
Good shot on MSL as well. Remember, pistols have been a problem for SK. They've won only one so far in this series. They look to improve upon that with good start, good lead in this round. Bomb planted as well toward the default position as Volda and AZ will work together. Quick prayer. Keep our confessions long, and when we pray, we keep it short as they go in through the chapel. Volda tries desperately to find the shot on Fur, but no answer from above to give him any help as Cold will take down AZ. It's 13-3, but a win for SK in the start of what would be a very long comeback, to be fair.
No reason to force buy in the second round here, North, but they've gone for it. Trying to close this one out as quickly as possible, and I'm never a fan of this approach, especially when you have a huge lead like this. You'd rather close it out with all the utility and firepower you need in the first gun round. Sure, you can always win these rounds, but it's very unlikely. We'll see what they can do here with the round number 17. SK with a bit of a lifeline there, winning the pistol, but still the scoreline is 13-3. A lot of work to do here. Smoke deployed towards top of Banana. Config and MSL holding the corner. One tries to work out what's going on the other side. Dinks MSL as well in the process. Config now holds the broken wall position. SK know they need this round to lose it. Game's over. Still no reason why they can't get back into it. Comes to play. Config fully flashed. Surely he's dead. There it is. Foreman takes him down.
Phelps turns away just as his teammate flashes the corner. That'll give them a bit more encouragement on entry, but they're not all the way around yet. Bomb still down it. Stairs toward T-spawn. On MSL, good find. Taco, AZ as well. B is open. Cajun rotates over early, and Taco's got both players on rotation. He trades back on one, Volda. Cajun again will wait inside of the church. We once saw a young man called Majisk wait inside of this chapel, or as it was Ruins at the time, and get a nice ninja defuse. I highly doubt they're going to allow Cajun to do the same here. SK's not so careless when it comes to those, and they have found him already.
So negating the force buy, it was unlikely North to win that one. I'm never a fan of it, but clean sweep pretty much for SK Gaming. They lose one frag there. The comeback begins. This is the third map of the first best of 3 of the day. We have 3 more winner games to go here, Matt. It's looking like North will be the first team to make it to the playoffs. But it's not over yet. It's not a chance. SK, a lot of work to do here, but
ooh,
Nade drops that.
Nade and then a few shots. Nade went a little bit deep, to be honest, but that was quick. Thank you, North. Thanks for moving along to the important bits. But the fastest round you'll ever see.
Yep, rushing down middle with a few nades. Hope for the best. Completely sprayed down. 13-5. North of the weak buy now. This is exactly why you don't force buy this sort of lead. Now you're coming in with 3 M4s, 2 Pharmacies, no kits, no warp, and limited in terms of no incendiary. Well, you got 2 incendiaries now, but it's just not the best kind of buy. I'd rather, if you are going to lose this game, I'd rather do it knowing we didn't completely wreck our own economy, you know?
Yeah, you always are rather
I think most
adamant
teams
about that.
should really start subscribing to that policy, especially if you're up against SK, who
Maybe
can
you
get
should
back
host
into these games.
You know, they teach esports at some universities here in Denmark.
That's true.
Or across the water, I should say. We're in Sweden, let's be clear. Maybe you should sign up to teach CS Economics 101.
It could just be called Managing Your Economy.
With Henry G.
Yeah, an hour-long class once a week.
Ooh, I think an hour and a half at least.
Yeah? Okay,
let's be real. You got to get all that information in there. There's a lot. They have to understand the intricacies of suiciding in a Molotov.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what you meant.
Navi, was it that did that? Yeah, twice, I think. 2 separate occasions.
That's pretty funny.
Speaking of Molotovs, one thrown to the corner that'll force back Config and leaves MSL to fight on his own. He gets one, but then goes down immediately after to Fallen. Trade favors the offense. Remember, thins out the defense. Gives them more of a chance to exploit any holes.
Well, 4-4 for now. 1 minute remaining. Don't have that Cajun B AWP. It's MSL to find a frag, but Fallen quickly took him down. 2 players on either side of the map now for North. Valda and AZ holding A. Config exploring top of B right now, seeing if he can get any intel. Cajun B backs him up as well. Cajun might leave Config now, so he will indeed. And the final commitment comes through from SK. Taco in the apartments. 3 players coming out the boiler, presumably walking up quad. AZ holds the tiny gap there to try and take them down.
Spotted from AZ's position, but he's not quite clear on his intentions of how he wants to peek. Valda certainly is. Oh, Taco. He nearly went down, but it gives himself up and damage done. It's Cajun to get the shot immediately after. North find 14-2 to go to win the series and be the first team into the playoffs at Malmö. Imagine that. SK has to play tomorrow if that's the case.
It's true, and Valda finally showing what I built up in the pre-game. He's looked so good on the CT sides online recently. Good for 2 or 3 frags, it seems like, in every situation. Showing us a bit of that form after AZ got completely destroyed on the A site. It's now 14-5. And MSL and Config wanting to fight at B, it seems, as well. Hiding behind the wall. Using the smoke at the very start there. MSL and Config lie in wait as 4 players are on the other side.
Bless you.
Thank you.
A bit more hope in blessing you than me.
Oh,
Phelps, good find on MSL Config, therefore has to go back in the site. Quick smoke. Gives him a chance to play a different angle rather than just going into the oranges on abandonment. Cajun got the shot on Phelps. I thought it came from Config on a stray bullet. The oranges 1 will be fortified by 2 SK players who look towards CT. They're already going to save, play the long game on the north side. Give themselves more chances to win. Do it early as well. So this will go 14-6 for North. For North.
Nothing really they can do here. But saving 3 weapons, that's certainly viable. Keeps them into at least a bye next round. Cajun B holding the library right now. Cold Zero and Fallen trying to hunt him down, though. Oh, goodness. That's going to be a head blown off Cajun, I'm afraid. Lovely shot there from Cold Zero. AZ and Val now trying to save their weaponry. Every kill SK gets, it's going to be beneficial and bring them 1 step closer to getting back in this game. In terms of the money for North, they probably could have justified a force around with 3 weapons saved. Maybe not so much with just the 2, but they will go for it. CZs. And they're all in, and 5-7 for Cajun B. Trying to do what they can with AZ and Valda. What's the setup? Anything a little bit interesting or unique coming through here? Doesn't look like it. AZ and Valda. That's actually both weapons going towards the apartments. They might try and fight for the first 2 kills there. Or I think it's just going to be AZ who's been boosted up, actually. And as he looks towards top middle right now. Oh, he's fell off. Hate to see that. Nice idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I once saw Rush get a kill while falling from that position.
Okay.
Back in his... Oof, was it on Optic? I don't even think it was Optic days. It was like NRG or someone. Nile him. Phelps takes down Volda. Smoke inside of the ace site. Fur's able to get Cajun on the wraparound, but they almost line up for AZ. Till Cold gets the trade and the better of the exchange, meaning only 2 left for North on just the pistols. This should go SK's way. They'll cut the lead down to half and make it 14-7. guess they don't really cut the lead. There's only 8-round lead. How does that work? That saying could be interpreted 2 different ways, Hank.
What's your interpretation?
Well, I was kind of meaning like they have half the amount of rounds as the opposition. But when you say cut the lead in half, that would mean like you go from being like 0-2
I think the
to
first
2-1.
The first one's better.
Yeah, well that's kind of how I said it. But yeah, because it's not really, you're not 8 rounds to 7 rounds isn't cutting it in half.
No, but you are right though. SK Gaming now only 7 rounds behind, and they could definitely still do this. It's North who got himself into, or painted himself into a bit of a corner, I guess, with the forced buy in the second round. Didn't have to be this way, but after winning that 1 round and getting reset again, they save an AK and a CZ. Money starting to dwindle. Fallen and Co. know they're still in this. Get to double digits there. That's why I always say that's the first protocol. Then you start to believe this could be a reality. No force by this time from the Danish side. AK save for him myself. I'd be giving that to Config, if I'm honest, the way he's been playing so far, but he can hold on to it. Number 22, going a little bit further than I thought, to be honest, but Phelps trying to find the first pick. Himself in the open, was never really going to find anything with that position. Flashbang came through from his teammate, but timing was a little bit off.
I would say I agree. I concur. Excuse me, Config. All the same, really. Goes back out, flashed from his teammate to get a response frag. Brings us 4s, smoke down, gap in it, but flames in front mean that they're not easy to see through. Phelps realizes it and backs off for some utility to be thrown. They know they've got a rotation. They knows that there's 2 there. He's heard them walking around, and as they try and boost up to see above the smoke and run through it, fair enough. Get fancy. You've got a lead. Might as well have some fun. They're going to head back over to Ward A. That's only got Cajun inside of the side, at least for now. AZ's just made it onto the library. And if they aren't too swift about their actions, you could have Config get into the fold as well, because he's joining with his teammate in the same position. But it's danger from the pits as the shots come through. Taco manages to get Cajun back, but only after a dink came out that lets AZ drive by and take down Cold, but the response is quite quick, and Cajun, Config again. I'm going to confuse them, I don't know why. Picking up an AK gets found. There's no reason to confuse those names, Henry. Why are you doing it?
I don't know. It seems to happen to me quite a lot. But round number 23 for... Oh, I was going to say a force buy. It's not. Of course, it's a full buy for North, but a pause comes in. Timeout called by SK this time. Just going to be working out what kind of buy they're up against. Is the AWP a possibility? It's not. Cajun B down to an M4 once again. They really haven't got stable on the CD side in terms of their money whatsoever. We're actually going into round number 23. It's 6-1, so it's going to be round number 8. And they haven't had an AWP once on the CD side. And it's all kind of spiraled from that decision to force buy. We'll see where they can recover here. Money still not great. They don't have a single kit on the CT side. They've got the smokes and 4 incendiaries, but really want to get that AWP rolling, especially for a player like Cajun B. Very good at holding defensive lines, hitting shots that really count. And it's a huge asset for that team, but still with a substantial lead. They should be fine overall. I don't see them throwing this game as of yet, but remember, this was a 13-2 first half. It's very rare to see anyone come back from that sort of scoreline.
Bird jumps up toward the window, and we'll go for the spray down at the hallway. Bust out your putty and dry cleaner. Dry cleaner? Drywall patching thing. That's just putty.
Don't know what you're on about.
Nah, it's fine. You know, sometimes it doesn't all work, you know? Brain's still on vacation. Oh, Config, I was about to say, is about to push down Banana and get position. He decides to spray through the smoke and immediately hits Phelps down to 13 HP. He's lucky to still be alive, more so because they'd have to go back and get the bomb if he perished in that position. But they'll work up forward toward the arch to make it 3 players from SK. MSL's on the other side of the smoke. Taco, he could enter from the apartments as soon as the entrance has been made on the other side, but he needs his teammates in position to distract because he cannot go off just Phelps. Phelps is too low to be a front man in the foray as they try and get closer. AZ, good fought on Fur. Cold's able to get Valda back, but it's AZ that wins out again against Cold, and now it's a 2 versus 2 with time ticking 36 to work with. But Phelps on low HP with Bomb. There's not really much room to wiggle with at all. Config, the good news is thought that they might have wrapped through arching on back to B. That gives Fallen space to work.
Well, AZ, I thought he was done for that. Somehow lives to tell the tale. And now 20 seconds remaining. Fallen coming from the arch side. It's Phelps, needs to be very careful there. Low HP with the bomb as well. AZ has seemed to have lost track of him. Gets this kill. That's pretty much round secure. Can't land a single bullet as of yet. Time ticking away. And if Fallen gets him, that could be the round as well. They will be planting safely now. Config, though, coming from the quad side. Doing what he can. Both of them relatively low, but it seems like North can't hit a single shot here in the moments that really matter. There it is. SK Gaming put another one on the board. 14-9. And money, once again, disappearing for North.
Smart from Fallen not to re-peek as well with his teammate planting in the side. If he went down, it's quite obvious where on low HP as well. His teammate was, so he falls back and actually wins the shot. Keep on rolling. SK.
Yep.
5 rounds now the lead.
Oh, this would be so gutting for North if it all went horribly wrong.
Well, think of the consequences. You get a decider match. Phelps will burn Config. MSL back in this fight, runs through flames of his own. He's down to 50 HP.
Well, they got an opening pick. That was thanks to Config pushing towards the top of barrels at Banana. He burned to a crisp after that. Still it's SK Gaming with the lead 4-3 now in terms of the manpower here in round number 24. MSL 50 points of health, and the A-bomb side pretty much open for business there. It's only AZ in the library. Well, not anymore. He goes down. Round complete. And Matt, the milestone, the first one I should say, has been achieved. SK find double digits.
Gotta love double digits. Fallen. Puts the bomb down to confirm it as MSL sits with the AK well out of the harm's way. He's got Cajun a little bit closer to make sure the information would be relayed if they push that position through library. Just a pistol for him, but it's enough to at least get the info, and they aren't going to pursue SK. At least not actively. Cold and Fur are doing it rather passively, if you will. Slowly checking each and every angle toward Banana. But you're right, this would be gutting, and its momentum completely halted. What's the change? What's the call? Because money as well. Where do we sit? Just enough with the 5th round bonus coming in that they'll be able to buy.
Yeah.
WP's available should they elect to go that route.
With MSL saving the AK as well, it'll be a decent buy for the first time here. As we enter round number 10, they can actually get the orbs out. That's just shocking from North, the fact that's happened. They got a little bit unlucky. The one round they did win, got reset after that, but it's just been a bad decision-making demonstration in terms of what kind of weapon they should be bringing out when they should be force buying. They've given SK a lifeline back into this game with the force buys, but Cajun beat brings out the AWP for the first time. Config M4, no double orb set up here, which is certainly viable in Inferno. We're seeing it going out of fashion somewhat. This is the pause, and we'll be getting back into the game very shortly. Rugger's going to be feeling the pressure a little bit there, the coach for North. After having a 13-2 first half and finding us over 14-10, things become very scary indeed. That massive lead he once had starting to evaporate now. Into round number 25. Fallen doesn't have the decent spawn, won't be able to pick Banana, but looking towards T-steps for anyone going aggressive in the middle.
Boost up. Just finds the booster.
Don't use Fallen's boost against him.
Yeah, exactly. SK knows how that one works.
Yeah. Pretty far in the corner, down they go.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people use it, but Fallen seems to, you're right, hit shots quite common in that position, probably more frequently than most. And still flashed off as well, goes all the way back towards CT. Cajun still inside of the B side as well, but SK are slowing things down, and I like to see it. You love to see it.
You do, sometimes.
Well, you're right.
5-4 now. Don't have to see that. One of the big scalps to take on the north side as well. Config's dropped. Cajun B low HP as well, 40. And now SK waiting for any sort of CT reaction to come through. 2 players on either side in terms of the CT defense. Varda and AZ once again watching towards A. They've only picked up 1 round so far on the CT side. I can't imagine a world where they lose this game, and just that feeling inside your stomach. One of the reasons I stopped being a player, just that feeling when you lose those huge leads and it costs you potentially.
That's why you stop being a player?
Well, it was one of the reasons. Just the feeling of losing in general. It's couldn't get up anymore. There's a lot of that happening towards the end.
So sore loser, and I thought it was just lack of a UK scene. But I guess those two go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. Perfectly, in fact.
Interesting. AZ pits close side below the balcony, waits to try and peek out. Valda's got the first kill, and that's when AZ strikes, but good response, Cold Zera. He gets both on the way through, and Phelps positions himself in accordance to the rotations from A, or rather from B, excuse me, onto A. Makes no mistake of it, it's another round SK. Just keep lining them up and knocking them down. This will be 6 in a row.
AJN B gets a consolation frag, but ultimately gives a position here. They could hunt him down. Still a maximum loss bonus, of course, but saving the AWP means they can justify a force around it. I think at this point, probably not worth it, but still, he'll try and save the weapon. SK don't want to give anything away here, but they still have plenty of money. I think they can certainly at least flirt with the idea of trying to take down Cajun. Problem is, they know he'll be burrowed in somewhere on this B site, and he might just be able to take both of them down. He hides behind the coffins right now. Cold Zera coming in. Looks like he'll be fine. He'll be surviving this one. 14-11. 3 to difference now. Feels like only yesterday, Matt, we were saying 7 rounds. Halfway there.
Feels like only yesterday. Well, it feels like yesterday, Henry. I hate to say that's been a long time. Just yesterday. Just a round to go, maybe.
Have a pause coming in. Having a lot of those. I assume we've kept the same pause system, even though we have got the new coach rule here. So
we have. This is North's with 2 remaining. This is their second one called, whereas SK has 1 remaining. They've called 3. And we are live again. According to the in-game, we are live again. I think this countdown more aligns with the freeze time as well. So either way, we get ready to rumble.
Partial buy from the CTs here. CZs, 5-7s. The AWP, of course, saved in the previous round. Not necessarily going all in to win this round, but still going to be a possibility for them. As soon as they get match point, I think they'll close it out. That's...
You think so, huh?
Yeah, that's when the pressure's released and you can get back into it. You're not thinking about the impossible, but here we go. Config with 2 frags, almost 3. Perfect flashbang there. I thought he gets a third of the headshot, but doesn't quite come in just yet.
That pressure for MSL, he just needs 1. If he gets 1, chance they can do something with it. They're trying to push down middle as well. It's Cajun B with the 8WP as well at the top of ult mid right now, waiting for the backside of Banana to be exposed. Flashes over MSL. There's the one he needs. Bomb down. Maybe this is the time that they get map point with pistols and the 1 AWP. Now it's time to see if they do close it out, because thus far they've looked like they've had less defense than Conor McGregor, but they could still land the knockout blow.
Relevant, topical. I like your work. And
thank you.
There it is. Config with the Deagle shots at the start. Great flashbang synergy there. And like he said, MSL had to get 1. He does that, and AZ gets the last 2. Great work. And now they have managed to obtain round number 15. Series point now for the Danes. SK playing for overtime now. Can't afford to give a single round away. Could be a disappointing finish for them. As I said, I do feel like North wants to get to number 15 now. It's when they find their mojo again, potentially. Get into round number 27 now. Smoke deployed.
It was 10 rounds for McGregor. It was 26 rounds for North. Maybe they should have kept the fight going. That's what they should have done. Just give him, you know, till round 26, and he might have got the one he needed.
Well, maybe next time.
I know Blue, an avid follower of boxing, was very, very adamant that he wanted the fight.
I'm glad he was like analyzing it for me on Twitter, because I would have been lost about him.
No,
so,
I agree.
So it's good that he was keeping us.
He's a very, you know what? I think he should become a boxing commentator.
That could be the next move. We'll see what happens.
Knows his stuff. Fur will smoke off the arch side. Cajun backs off to be ready for anyone who wants to push through the wide side of said smoke. 3-2 split. Intended wrap through arch for one of the 2 perhaps to join on B. If they can bypass the CT players who have actually rotated MSL back to Speedway to be ready for such a play. Taco clearly wants to stay inside of A to catch rotations if that is what they want, but it's all about what they do on the B site in the moment. They've not gone for the Molotov play. And the last time we saw them do it was at the Major against Astralis. That's when they failed it. They've not brought it out in this particular tournament. Perhaps your theory is right. Get one and it might be done. MSL rotating back, finds Fall, and it's just Cold and Taco remaining. They walk out, bomb down. MSL with the kill. North is in the playoffs. There is no possible way SK's left this server. They are not pleased. Taco will stay because he's alive. Therefore, the round will at least come to its logical conclusion. But it's an illogical result in that no one predicted it. It's North 16-11 and a 2-1 reverse sweep of the series. If you want to call it a sweep, it's just the best of 3.
Yeah, that's right. But after losing 16-5, I think it was, on Cobelstone, it seemed like the Danes were done. There was no chance they're going to beat SK on Train. That's SK's map. North don't even play it historically, and somehow they come back hot as well. It seems the big names turned up. AZ especially definitely had a lot of criticism around him in the North lineup. He played great in the series, especially Config as well. And on Inferno, 13-2 first half, almost blew it. But as soon as they got the AWP in KTB's hands, that's when it seemed to come together, and they sorted all that out.
That's true, actually. Yeah. That is true. The AWP was a big beneficiary.
If we've learned one thing here today, guys, I know I bang on about it all the time. If you have a 13-2 lead, CT, you lose a pistol, don't force buy in that second round. That's what will happen. You get yourself in a really scary position.
What would you want to call the class again?
Managing your economy.
Managing your economy 101. Henry G, you heard it here first. Don't buy with the 13-2 lead. That would be class 1, I feel like.
Yeah.
Actually, well, class 1 should probably be explaining the money system in general.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah,
how
and
it
then class 2 would be don't force buy on round 2.
And third, jumping in Molotovs to deny eco frags.
Well, that might be like a bonus question on the exam.
Okay.
That's a bit, you know.
Yeah, the last, for extra credit, perhaps, potentially.
Maybe the Boomio instructors should get that class going.
They should.
Maybe that's a thought for them. That
well,
seems like
I'm
something.
available, so.
That's a... I get 5% of his cut just for being here to promote him.
Well, Smix is now ready for the interview with one of the players from North. So take it away.
Thank you very much, Henry. Congratulations, MSL, taking down the #1 ranked team right now to move on to the quarterfinals. Has to feel amazing, especially after the rough start on Cobelstone. The team just looked completely revitalized in maps 2 and 3.
Yeah, it was a really bad couple and we didn't feel in the game at all. It felt like we just woke up from the bed and didn't play at all. So playing Train for the first time in an official match and beating SK is unbelievable, and then afterwards on Inferno it was a really strong T-side and a good finish in the end, so I'm really happy.
Well, let's talk about Train, because this is a map that North hated for a very long time. I never saw you guys play on it, so with Valde coming into the lineup, was that something you consciously worked on and practiced with him?
Yeah, we didn't want to play cash because we have had a lot of cash games where we didn't finish it and we never really won against a good team. So we thought that we wanted to gamble with Train and try it, and we can see here that it worked out. I didn't expect it to work out already, but it's really nice.
And then we need to talk about Inferno, because the score was 14-5. The team was looking very strong. And then SK started to do what SK does best and come back. And it almost pulled a Liquid there. How is your team handling that situation? And in the end, how were you able to close it out?
They were playing really good. I don't think it was so much that we played. Of course, we didn't play so good, but they anti-stratted really well. They did some rounds that fucked us up on B, and yeah, they played well, but in the end we managed to close it, and everyone stayed calm, so it was not a problem.
And I saw in an interview recently you said that with Valde coming in, the team feels more structured now. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what that means?
Before we relied on the individualists with Magisk and Config, and we didn't play so much team play. I listened more to the players than myself, and now me and my coach have made a plan, and we are sticking to it, and it's with more structure, and Valde is fitting perfect into the system.
Well, congratulations again, MSL, and best of luck in the playoffs. And with that, it is the Danes taking down the Brazilians to move on to the quarterfinals.
It's just so nice to see a big smile on MSL's face, as you do see, of course, not only a huge win on one map, of course, talking about Train, but also managing to wrap up the series. Couple of trips and stumbles along the way, but welcome back to the analyst desk. We'll be talking all about this one. I have, of course, Sponge, Vendetta, and Yanko. And actually, your eyes lit up as MSL continued to kind of chat about his first official North